never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah. Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand. Ay, we on overtime, you don't need to understand. Ay, you just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Hey, please don't play no games with me. I promise I'm too much. Hey, I can never let up even if you had enough. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart. We always playing rough. I had enough, it ain't luck. I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to beat in submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash in the distance, they coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk like the show. They all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling, they already know. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand. Ay, we on overtime, you don't need to understand. Ay, you just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play it. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Yeah. Gotta aim for the top like, hold up, yeah. I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles. That I'm in my element. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy. The riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. But known for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babble if they try to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You tryna aim for the top like this and you're in your element with a fire like this. And they hoping you fall and they praying you miss. But it's all in the risk, I got you with the switch, you know. I'm in the zone, give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas, 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth. Following God and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center, word to Spike Lee. And God came in the nick of time. They think I'm crazy, but I might be. Let's run it up, run it up, run it up. We beating the odds just to sum it up. You know it's a rap, never waistlines, and I'm cutting the weight like a tummy tuck. That mean I'm about to give it out right now. You see what's coming down the line, I never pipe down. I give 100% and be trying to stun on my enemies. In my element is crazy, it's the mic shine. I'm in the zone, give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas, 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element. Never switch up, 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 never switch up. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element.
Yeah. We back at it. We back at it. Salute to everybody in the building. What's popping? What's really good? What's popping? What's really good? Fight week. It's fight week. And of course, it's big news today, right? Big news today. A whole lot of things to talk about. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I know you've been waiting on this one, right? You've been waiting on this one. We all been waiting on this one, and we got to talk about it, right? So the purse bid goes down today, right? We'll talk about the whole experience because I don't know. We'll talk about it, right? It was a public purse bid, and I guess I can see the potential behind it, right? But it seemed kind of ceremonial, to be honest with you, to a certain degree. But we'll talk about it. I think more importantly is we finally have the final offer that's on the table. And, you know, it looks like we have 48 more potential hours to go unless Keyshawn Davis confirms it. I haven't been on social media to check on what Keyshawn has been saying about the purse bid. We'll talk about it. You know, did Keyshawn play himself? Did he, you know, he did bet on himself. Rumors are circulating that Keyshawn had an offer of somewhere around $3 million guaranteed on the table, and maybe he thought he deserved more, or I don't know, right? That's what rumors circulated about. We don't get that deep into the politics of the money here. All we care about is the reality of the situation, which is Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney look like are about 90% there, on their way there to actually having a fight announcement for what it looks like to be sometime in October. So we'll talk about that as well. Of course, it's fight week, so we will be talking today about Lamont Roach and William Zepeda. We'll be talking about Raymond Muratalla and Robson Conceição. We'll be talking about really the lightweight division to a certain degree, right? Because this is an important weekend for the lightweight division. We've obviously got a fighter defending his title in Raymond Muratalla at 135, and we'll talk about what is he even doing at 135. Robert Garcia has spoken about how he was looking to move to 140 anyway, but he decided to stay for one more fight, right? And it's not, you know, I don't think this is a stay busy fight for Raymond Muratalla. This is chess, not checkers. Raymond Muratalla is number 2 right now in the lightweight division. He's really worked himself. He's got some momentum behind him right now on the back end of defending that title against Andy Cruz. His next fight could be his best fight as far as paydays are concerned, as far as pound for pound conversations are concerned, right? Here may be some big opportunities there for him. So why did he stay at 135? Why not leverage that title and go to 140, right? Why not look to there's a vacant IBF title there at 140. That could have put him right in the conversation of potentially, you know, fighting for a title there, as well as, you know, getting into unification conversations. You got Gary Antoine Russell up there with the title. Obviously, you have Shakur Stevenson up there with the title as well. You know, a whole lot of things going on at 140, but he decided to set 135. I, of course, putting my aluminum foil hat on, and maybe not even putting my aluminum foil hat on so much, just kind of reading the landscape of things to say that Shakur Stevenson may really be focused. Zuffa Boxing, right? Dana White may be focused on this week's fights, right? And we'll talk about that and why, and see if that makes any sense for you guys, right? Obviously, the panels will be opened a little bit later, as well as the Discord, so I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys think about that. But we'll definitely talk about that as well. And then on other news, I wanted to dive deeper into the Oscar De La Hoya, Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn, Dana White whole love triangle. We just saw Ryan Garcia. If you guys have seen the circulating clips of Ryan Garcia in the WWE, right? And, you know, these are the perks of working with the Dana White or working with the TKO group. Being affiliated with that type of marketing machine gives opportunities for us to see things like that, right? And more importantly than us seeing things like that, the fighters understand that their brand catches a legitimate boost, right? Based off of viewership, off the whole idea of what builds a superstar, what builds a potential face of boxing, which is being the most popular fighter in the world, right? And definitely the most popular fighter in the United States of America. So we'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about how Oscar De La Hoya may be looking at it. We'll be breaking down a little bit of that interview between Oscar De La Hoya and Ariel Helwani, a great interview. Oscar De La Hoya communicates his position when it comes to the conversation of Ryan Garcia, and obviously talks about Virgil Ortiz and things of that nature. You guys know how I feel about Oscar De La Hoya in the space right now, so we don't need to make any secrets about it. I don't have nothing personal against him, but I do think it's interesting being that he's part of this bigger conversation as far as this war between the traditional space and Dana White is concerned, right? I mean, so we gotta see these things for what it is, right? And that being said, also we'll be visiting Nico Ali Walsh, Amir Abdullah meeting up with Nick Khan over at Zuffa Boxing. What that means, what that potentially means. The traditional space is stirred up, right? People are talking crazy about that whole entire situation, and they're already throwing Nico Ali Walsh away, calling him a sellout and things of that nature. And I don't know. Listen, money talks, right? Money talks. Who knows what is driving Nico Ali to have done what he did this past weekend? But what does that really mean on the bigger landscape spectrum of what Zuffa Boxing is putting together? Guys, we've been watching Zuffa Boxing evolve since the beginning of this year, and Dana White has spoken on the possibilities being endless when it comes to Zuffa Boxing, and of course him being judged at the end of the year on where Zuffa's going. So we know that the Ali Revival Act is a big part of the conversation with Zuffa Boxing and what they're trying to do as far as UBOs are concerned. We know the position that Nico Ali Walsh has taken on that topic, and we also know the position that Oscar De La Hoya has taken on it, and a lot of the traditional space has taken the same position as well. But at the same time, as far as literally doing something, right? As far as literally going to the Senate, petitioning, campaigning, you know what I'm saying? Those two people, and maybe even more so, Nico Ali Walsh has really been protesting or petitioning against the idea of the Ali Revival Act. So he pops up in Zuffa Boxing in Madison Square Garden, and he shakes up the world a little bit, right? Jumps on the network, does a little interview, kind of explains his position on everything, and the space is shaking up. A very interesting interview with Nico Ali Walsh, with Amir Abdullah, and Radio Raheem and Sean Zettel. Very interesting interview. So we'll look into that interview a little bit as well. We'll talk about that as well. And amidst that, other things as well, news circulating in the space, real quick news circulating in the space in the featherweight division potentially, right? Or the super bantamweight weight class division. As far as Monster Inoue and Bam Rodriguez is concerned, as Monster Inoue has spoken to the idea of what he plans on doing for his next couple of years, you know, his next couple of fights. Monster Inoue is in his golden years, in his last couple of years, retirement years. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to make the biggest fights possible? Is he trying to still accomplish more legacy goals? He's a multiple weight class undisputed champion. He's number one right now on the pound for pound list. But there are big fights out there that the space is asking for, specifically one being with Bam Rodriguez, of course, right? And Bam Rodriguez, somebody who's sitting at the 118-pound weight class division, hasn't quite made it to the 122-pound weight class division. We just saw him have his last fight, right? And looked like he picked up a title at 118. And there's already been rumors pushed out there that Turki Al-Sheikh is interested in that fight happening. And Monster Inoue looks like he's been pretty open to the idea of that fight happening, but looks like he might be putting a little time constraint on the whole entire process. So if Bam Rodriguez thought he was going to get time to get more tune-up fights and get into position to get this big payday and this big opportunity, as far as legacy is concerned, he might need to make a decision as far as what he's going to do sooner rather than later, because Monster Inoue puts it out there that, you know, he has until about February 2027. He's not going to hold his career up. And, you know, if he doesn't hear from Bam by then we might be expecting for him to go to featherweight division. So, I mean, we have to look at the featherweight division now, right? And we've been having this conversation about Monster Inoue and the featherweight division now for about a year now, right? Maybe even a little over a year, right? Before Monster Inoue even picked up that Ring Magazine ambassadorship, we all kind of knew that he was destined to land over there. And we've all speculated here and debated as far as whether or not it'd be with Bruce Shushu Carrington, whether it be Rafael Espinosa. At the time, would it have been Nick Ball? All these different names that were kind of in the lottery, quote unquote, right, of getting a potential biggest payday that they can get, as well as getting an opportunity to beat in a multiple weight class undisputed champion. So what's it going to be? Looks like this little time constraint there. Bam Rodriguez, Robert Garcia, those guys over there, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, may need to kind of look at the whole situation and, you know, barbecue a mildew, shit or get off the pot, right? Rumors circulating also, Jaron Boots Ennis and Josh Kelly may be potentially getting ready to head into negotiations for a unification title fight. We just watched Josh Kelly fight over the weekend. With the Josh Kelly conversation, we got to acknowledge the injuries that Josh Kelly caught in that fight. Deep gashes over his nose. I mean, it was a bloody mess for him. So there's a healing process that we need to take into consideration. Josh Kelly seems like he still wants to make that fight happen, We talked about that fight on Tuesday, right, guys? Whether you favor Josh Kelly in any of these fights or not, that's really not the bigger conversation. The bigger conversation with Josh Kelly is, at this point, is he trying to cash out and make as much money as he can? In other words, you got that title, that IBF title. Don't let it potentially leave you, right? And you don't get the biggest payday out of it. After all, this is prize fighting. So Josh Kelly, of course, has to be looking at that. And his choices are between either Sebastian Fundora or Jon Boots Ennis. Who offers the bigger potential payday for Josh Kelly? Where is he probably leaning towards? Me personally, I've already spoken to you guys. I think it's probably going to be Jon Boots Ennis right there underneath Eddie Hearn's match room. Real easy to negotiate. And there's a big reward on it outside of the money, obviously, that's probably still going to be there to pay Josh Kelly. There's also an opportunity of becoming a three belt weight class unified champion, right? 3 belts in a 154-pound unified champion, which, if he were able to pull that off, would put him in position as the A side, the number 1 guy in the 154 weight class division. So we got to see how that turns out. Obviously, we know ever since Jon Boots Ennis had that big performance against Xander Zayas, we know that he's been sought after, right? He's making an argument as far as in the race to become a potential face of boxing, if he's moved correctly, if he's marketed correctly, right? If he makes the biggest fights. And it looks like that's what he's motivated to do. It looks like Eddie Hearn is motivated to do that. And it looks like Jon Boots Ennis, maybe for the first time in a long time, is in a very good space as far as being in the driver's seat is concerned. He offers potentially anybody at the 154-pound weight class division their biggest payday, right? He offers them all these opportunities, and obviously offers them jewelry as well, right? He offers them 2 belts as well. So he might have the pick of the litter right now. Sebastian Fundora also had a fight that was just announced. I think it's going to be in October. He'll be defending his WBC title against, I don't even remember the guy's name. The good thing about Sebastian Fundora is, and you know we've been critical about Sebastian Fundora here as far as his willingness to make the biggest fights, the fights we want to see that are there, whether it's Jon Boots Ennis, whether it's Virgil Ortiz, right? Whether it's any real threat is concerned. Ever since he won that fight with Tim Tszyu and picked up that, at that time, WBO, WBC belt, he vacated the WBO belt to not fight Xander Zayas. He fought Cordell Booker, a fight that didn't make any sense. I mean, I guess stay busy because he was inactive, whatever, right? Then he made a fight with Tim Tszyu, really okay, right? And then he returned to make a fight with Keith Thurman, a guy who wasn't active, who fought maybe twice in 5 years. I don't know what the numbers were exactly. There was quote unquote across the street politics potentially happening, being that the PBC was at Amazon. Well, now he's over at the Zone right now underneath the same umbrella. Hopefully that is something that makes it a lot easier to see him in these big fights. And we know how the Zone, as I've stated before, has gotten very hands-on the matchmaking on that platform. So either way, though, when you look at the landscape, Sebastian Fundora and Jon Boots Ennis doesn't look like it would happen until probably next spring, right? After the winter time. You know what I mean? And I think I saw rumors circulating that they were potentially looking at trying to make a fight with Jon Boots Ennis next summer of 2027, which is crazy. That's crazy. I don't know why it has to take that long. But that being said, take him off the table. Josh Kelly looks like he's more motivated to make it happen around October, November, pending a doctor seeing his injuries. We can see where that goes at. But if Josh Kelly can't make the October, November date because of the injuries, then guys, we might be getting ready to potentially see a Jon Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz fight. This seems a little bit more realistic than it did a while back. Even now, when you look at the fact that Oscar De La Hoya is now looking to put on the biggest fights, he looks a lot more motivated, whether it's the influence of the Zone, whether it's the competitive nature of the free market system that we see as Zuffa Boxing continues to gather steam and build momentum up on their brand. Either way, looks like that fight may really potentially be right there on the horizon for us, right? We got to see what ends up happening with that. So we'll talk about all those things, right, guys? We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, guys. So get your popcorn, right? Hit the like button, of course. Do that right now. Over 80 people in the building. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, All right. And let's go ahead and shout out a couple people in the building as I wait on my brother Angelo to get ready. I know he's here. I see him in the chat already. But yeah, I also see him in the back. All right. So he's here already. So let me shout everybody out. Sam from Jersey in the building. Sam, what's good? So let's go. I've been waiting on this one. Yeah, we got stuff to talk about. Jehoshem Wagner in the building. Salute to you, brother. Real 6 in the building. What's good with you, brother? Pugilism in the building. What's good? Real 6 in the building. What's good with you, fam? Sock Chaser says, what's good, Clay? Shakur need to get Key online and help his brother get ready for this scrap. I think that's exactly what's probably going to end up happening. I agree with you, though, man. Keyshawn Davis needs all hands on deck right now. This is the biggest opportunity. I would probably say, even though people want to throw shots at him for not getting the big payday he could have had, I still think the math adds up to him getting his biggest payday, even with this situation, over $2 million, right, that I see him getting here. So, yeah, Keyshawn definitely has the biggest opportunity of his life ahead of him right now. This is the big one. This is a signature fight. This is an opportunity for him to completely separate himself from a lot of other conversations in the space. He's had a lot of controversy around him. He's had some great moments. He had a great 2024, one of the best comeback years in 2024. And then he had the controversy around, blowing weight against De Los Santos. Obviously, we know about the melee, unfortunately, that happened in Virginia. All these different things that came to the table. And then he had a great performance against Jermaine Ortiz. He is very blessed to have the talent he has, to have the team he has around him with Jay Prince, and be able to maneuver him in the position that he's in right now to get an opportunity at Devin Haney, probably Hall of Famer right now. If he was to retire, potentially go to the Hall of Fame right now. And he's just so young in his career. He has so much more that he's going to accomplish. This one right here could age like wine for Keyshawn Davis. So Sock Chase says, yeah, bro, he definitely needs to get Shakur, Terrence, everybody. And I'm hearing some rumors also circulating about moves that Keyshawn Davis is making in the background that may shake the space up. He's not playing. He's getting all the pieces moved around. Yes, there's the idea of this whole entire purse bid and how you guys may feel about the position he's taken, and maybe you feel like he's short of himself and he's the bad businessman now. But outside of that being his business, we also have a fight that we need to talk about. And this one right here, he's going to pull out, I think, all the stops, right? He's going to make sure he gets the best of everything he can get in order to get ready for this. Buddha 5537, salute to you, family. What's good with you? There is the Discord, by the way, guys. Please become part of the Discord if you haven't done so yet. We will be opening that up a little bit later as well, but please become a member of the Discord community. Appreciate you. Pugilism says, thank you, Haney team, for putting 757 on the big stage. Yeah, that WBO coming back to ORF. I don't know. Home? I don't know. Is that somewhere in Virginia? Okay. Put up Frank Martin versus Kelvin on the undercard. I like it. Tiger versus Brian Norman. I love it. And a DHP 154 fighter versus DHP? A DHP 154 fighter? I don't know what DHP means. Oh, Devin Haney. Devin Haney Promotions 154 fighter versus Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, man, listen, I'm there for it all. I love it, man. Shout out to Joel Foster in the building. Says, Clay, my God, what up, beloved? What up, beloved? What's good with you, man? Do like he said, hit the like button. Easy Blends in the building. King Clay, what's good? What's good with you, Easy Blend? What's popping with you, man? Roger Dat in the building. What's popping? What's good, Roger Dat? Good to see you in the building. My God, WP 3636 in the building. What's good with your family? Let me see here. Akeem Blake in the building. But of course, peace allowed until serenity exists. Bless up, Clay and Angelo. Oh, man, with the words of wisdom. That I don't got time to break that down, but it sounds good, man. I like it, man. Pugilism. Let me see. Easy Blend. Let me see. Poi Pounder Northwest says, why is everyone saying Devin already signed? How do you know if the paperwork has even been drawn out yet? They both got to sign before Saturday. Well, 100%. That's why I said we're probably about 90% there, right? I agree with you 100%. All these things have to be ironed out. A legitimate contract has to be signed and a date announced. Also, very interesting, Teofimo Lopez bids on the fight, right? Now he has his deal with DAZN. He's a promoter as well. He's showing, that his hands can. Yeah, that was adorable, right? 2.5 million or 2.350. I don't know what it was, man. Adorable, Tio. I love it, man. Be a boss, man. I love it. Mine yours in the building says, salute Claymore, the Rain Man. What's good with you, family? What's good? Let me see. 3636 says, why do people care so much about money others make? Just watch the fights. Exactly. That's what we care about, man. We got to talk about the fight. I don't give a damn about the money. I don't care if Keyshawn, I don't care. As long as Keyshawn signs that contract, hey, man, he'll figure out his money. He looks like he's doing okay. That's not what this conversation is going to be about. This conversation has to really be about what the reality is, which is boxing, what we're here for, and the stylistic clash that we're going to be happening between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis. And that conversation for me is deeper than rap. I know a lot of people just want to, I don't know how they do it, but they just want to write off Keyshawn Davis. I understand if you're a Devin Haney fan, but I would encourage you to embrace the idea of this being a very competitive fight, because on the back end of a very competitive fight is legacy for your favorite fighter. If he happens to be Devin Haney, there's legacy there. And Keyshawn Davis gives him a very great opportunity to have a very great signature win, a milestone in his career outside of what he did with Brian Norman Jr. We'll talk about it, right? We fight all night in the building. Said, what's good, Claymore Rain? What's good with you, man? Let me see here. I just want to catch everybody I can. Donnie956 in the building. Salute says, first female Zuffa boxer signed too. Word is bond. And that's very interesting too, right? Because on the back of the announcement of this new merger between Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul, wow, right? I mean, without a doubt, Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn look like they have a lock on women's boxing. I mean, Jake Paul looked like he had it as well, but Eddie Hearn obviously brings his experience with working with Katie Taylor and in the UK ladies that are out there. He brings also that element of experience to the table that could benefit Jake Paul, and them working together just makes them a potential powerhouse in the space. So Dana White signing the first female boxer, obviously she's going to need dance partners. So I'm expecting a lot more announcements to pop off as far as female fighters are concerned and the contracts that they can offer them, right? Let me see here. My guy, well, glory of him, Rich Boxing in the building. Salute to you, family. What's good with you? I think everybody's in the building, man. Let me see Fly Frequency. Walaikum salam, rahmatullahi barakatuh. My Aki in the building says, can my guy, Rich, get a wrench, Clayton? Oh, no doubt. I'll hook you up. I got you, Rich. Don't worry about it, man. Let me see here. Gallo Phoenix 7 in the building says Shakira in the Avengers area down bad, looking bad. Yeah, I don't see why. I think you're caught up in his money, what it sounds like, but that's cool. I guess they lost in the go. I don't know. You gotta understand. It's hard for me to get up for stuff like that. I don't care. Top Dog, I saw a lot of lives today, 900,000 of people in live just talking about. I couldn't do it, but we can't talk about the fight because that's going to be a very interesting conversation. Top Dog said, "Let's go. We want to hear it." Let me see. Bullet Gibson, my brother Bullet Gibson in the building, man. I know you excited. You got your guy Devin Haney in another big fight, man. It's about time, right? This is what you've been waiting on. Says Claymore Salute family, big fucking Hanos in the building. No doubt, man. It's a big one, man. A big one. I'm just somebody. 7692 in the building says Salute Clay and eventually Angelo for show, man. For show, man. Let me see if I caught everybody. Hadriel Heredia 1319 says, is Keyshawn gonna take the fight though? I want to say yes. Nothing's guaranteed. And we'll talk about that as well, because if he doesn't take this fight, I don't think he can afford not to take this fight. I'm be honest with you. I don't give a damn what the money is. Right? King KO for life in the building says, because Bill Haney lies so much, don't really believe Keyshawn turned down $3 million. However, if he did turn down $3 million, Keyshawn played himself. No doubt. Pop Shop Talk 73 in the building said, what's good, Clay? Reality check for Keyshawn. He get his next one in the ring. No doubt, man. No doubt, man. He might have lost the first part of this battle, but did he lose the war? I don't know, man. I don't know if I would say that. Joe Uso in the building 726 says, get them likes up. Clay be cooking. No doubt, man. Do that. Inside the square circle with 9797 in the building says, you talk about everything except the possibility that Keyshawn turns down the fight. I think you're really getting ahead of yourself. I think the show just started and we have a whole conversation that we have to have. And I think you kind of showed your hand a little bit there, right? Kind of got one in the chamber for me already. A little early though, but hey, man, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, no doubt, man. SOBTV 52 in the building says, salute Claymore, blessings, brother, no doubt. What's good? Let me see here. I think that's about everybody. No, Precise Constructs in the building says, Clay, what up from Arizona? What's good, AZ? What's good? New York Bullet in the building says, what's good, Clay? What's good, man? Twan the Man in the building says, T.O. a fool. Yeah, T.O., man. T.O. put that back. Yeah, T.O. put that bag up, you know what I mean? He had to show the world, you know what I mean? You gotta respect T.O. He put that 2.3 million. Hey, man, Hey, man, I couldn't do it. So I ain't got no time to make, you know what I mean? It is what it is. He's just showing, listen, we outside, man. We looking for talent. We looking to put the biggest fights on. You know what I mean? The Takeover promotional company, the Takeover Promotions is in the building, period. Don't get it twisted. And I'm all about that. I'm all about that, man. Why the hell, why not, man? You know, how many promoters do we know in the space who have promotional companies and don't have any fighters or don't promote any fights, don't build, don't bid? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? T.O.'s just letting you know, when I get the ball, this is what I'm going to do with it. When they pass the ball to me, you already know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot it. Shout out to T.O., right? That's what he's going to do. How many guys get the ball but just have the ball and tell everybody they got one, but never shoot it? T.O. didn't waste no time. It's been about a month since he's announced this promotional deal, and he's already shooting. He's already, you know what I mean? He's already in the gym taking them shots. Carlos Bernardo in the building with the sub. What's good with you, family? Let me see here. Calico Jones reloaded 2886 says this conversation should be how Devin ducked Tank for $6 million. Nah, it won't be that. That's not what the conversation will be. Let's see here. Anybody else that I missed? I don't think so, man. Pop Shot talking to building. My guy Lance Shepard already putting some color in the chat. Man, Clay, Coach Lowe, keep punching, no doubt. Lance, I appreciate you, man. Hey, man, if you're in the building, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Feel free to put some color in the chat. Let me go ahead and do this as well. There's a, oh, no, that's not the one. Hold on. Is that the one? Am I missing? Yeah, that's it right here. This is the one. Yeah. There's a Cash App. There's a PayPal. If that's how you want to carry it, you know what I'm saying? We also have that as well. But definitely you can put some color in the chat as well. Let's help the grind, man. Hey, what's good? Ray Davis, my brother, in the building says, Clay, what's goody, what's goody, what's goody. Paul Blake in the building says, anybody know if Stock Chaser got his own boxing channel? I don't think he does. Maybe he should get one. I don't know, right? I don't think he does, though. Let me see here. I think that's everybody, man. I think I got everybody, man. Let's get it popping, man. Buzzness in the building, in the building, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel before we move any further, man. Let me bring them up. My guy, Angelo Reyes in the good brother. What's good with you, good brother?
Hey, what? There's so much boxing news, and I know that you do your best, Clay, to just
I try. I know.
You do your best to, I guess, what you've told me before is give to the community that you opened up in. So what I could bring to the table, guys, is there are some really significant news happening that people in the particular space just are not really talking about too much, and they should be, because it's gonna then don't act surprised when certain things are happening. But this Zuffa Dana Turkey movement has really forced everyone to just see the bigger picture of things. And it wasn't an accident that Eddie Hearn is matching up with MVP Promotions. That was announced on Tuesday while we were doing the show. And it's not an accident that MVP MMA is coming your way in 2027, because they merged with the new CEO, John Martin, who's very smart. He used to work for TNT, so he knows his shit when it comes to TV. But he'll be the new CEO of MVP MMA. So PFL and MVP's partnering now, and with basically, I don't know, like 5 months left in the year, they're essentially going to be looking for a TV partner. So the exciting part of that will be, who's it going to be, man? Is Netflix getting on the MMA business? Because if Netflix is getting on the MMA business, we got ourselves a party, boy. I mean, if you're a combat sports fan and you love boxing and you love MMA, then we're going to have a party in 2027, because Netflix don't cost me $50 a month. Paramount Plus don't cost me $50 a month. Like, TNT is free if you have cable TV or whatever you're using anyway. So, yeah, man, definitely a lot of movements happening. Everybody, again, what makes me man, I was just talking to a couple of people today, Clay, before our show, who's currently in the industry. I don't want to like name them out or call them out or anything, but in this particular space, and I don't want to call out the YouTube channel, they're always spewing like non-correct informational things to spin a certain narrative, and I don't mean to brag about this show, but we're the only ones who we get sometimes called for what you joke around about, the aluminum foil hat, but we're actually not the aluminum foil hat. You guys are the aluminum foil hat. We're just telling you what's up. Like, you could decide what you want to decide, but we're at least going to give you a factual information. So I know you're going to bring up the Nico Ali Walsh thing, but if you're paying attention to just regular ass ESPN news, there's already the bill, the Revival Act. It got named like a little different or whatever, but it is already getting passed through, Clay. I don't know if you saw that story, that article, but that whatever Nico Ali Walsh was talking, they're already pushing forward whatever this next thing is up, Clay. So then that's happening, right? So we'll see what Nico Ali Walsh says. But when you and I watched it, the key thing I heard is Amir and Nico Ali already said, Clay, it's going to pass. We're just the only two that's trying to help put some other new things in there so that when it does pass, we're trying to help the fighters. So they were just telling the truth, man. They were telling the truth.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that as well a little bit as well. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, man, there's a lot going on, and it's a free market. And the free market is beautiful. When we're talking about capitalism, this is what it's about. You know what I mean? If you talk about money, prize fighting, then capitalism is going to benefit everybody involved in that. That being said, though, hold on, let me bring up my guy here. I see my guy in the background here. My guy Ray Davis pulling up in the building, man. Ray, man.
Oh, there we go. There we go. We got Ray in. Hey,
listen.
Shout out to the Yankees, by the way. I guess the DAZN deal. They took the MSG. It's like the Yes Network, MSG. So all the New York teams are going to be shown on DAZN now. I don't know if that means in America too, Clay. I just know that globally they're going to be showing the Knicks, the Sabres, the Yankees. All them New York teams on DAZN.
No doubt. What's good, Ray?
What's up, gentlemen? What's going on, man? Listen. Great news in boxing today.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Listen, it is not because look at Angelo laughing already. Look at him. He can't even help himself, man. I'm just saying, this is listen. Tio is a funny guy. That's actually where I'm going with this. I mean, I just want to build on. I know there's a lot of things that happen. I didn't get to talk about the Tuesday show because I mean, I was behind the scenes. But Tio is a funny guy, bro. Despite what people may think, I'm definitely going to throw this out there, whether it's true or false. Tio is being spiteful to the top rank. Y'all can believe sometimes. Some people may believe that Tio did this to backhand Devin Haney, but I think this is definitely a backhand to force a higher bid at a top rank because of the fact that he is not on good terms with top rank. I don't think the Devin Haney thing is really that important to him.
Mean, why does it got to be any of the above? Why can't Tio just be bidding on the fight because he's allowed to bid on the fight? He's a promoter.
He is. Listen, I'm not mad at that either. Listen, but man, but listen, we know Teofimo Lopez. When has he ever did anything just because he wanted to do it? Because he wanted to do it.
Listen, man, it's
he always had the agenda, man. He always has an agenda to create some type of
I think that's
buy-in for himself
a little bit. I think without a doubt, Teofimo Lopez listen, man, he's been fighting for a long time to get the respect he's wanted in the game. He's been fighting for a while, one way or the other, right? He finally got a deal that makes sense for him, that puts him as a promoter. And he's just showing, like I said earlier, bro, they passed him the ball and he's shooting it. You got a lot of people out here. You got a lot of people out here who are promoters, who supposedly, right, who have their own promotional companies. And I don't know what fights they've bidded on, what events they've bidded on. They've been promoters, bosses since the beginning of their whole entire entry into the space. And I don't know what they've been up to in the background, but Tio immediately gets his opportunity. He lets you know my basketball is going to have it's going to look used. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to be a promoter, bro. That's what I want to do. And he's showing what he's doing.
I ain't mad at him, man. I ain't mad at him. Listen, hey, if you want to break through as a promoter or whatever you want to do, that's the way to do it, right?
That's what he signed up for, right?
That's fine. But he's a funny guy though. Tio's always going to be an entertainer to me.
Hey man, he could be that, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought that was cool. I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, me too.
I laughed my ass off, but at the same time, I was like, "Go ahead, Tio. Go ahead, bro. Show him you in the building, man. He had his representation in there. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole problem. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead, drop it because you drop it.
You know what I'm saying? Take over promotions in the building. You know what I'm saying? And my guy also had to let it be known. Like, hold on now. We here trying to do business. So I'm saying, hold on a second here, man.
Right.
He had to make it clear. You know what I mean? Hold up. My guy made it clear. Yeah, why does it always gotta be something? Why is it always gotta be something? Hold on a second here. Let me just make sure I did it. Can you hear it?
I hear it, but it's like in the background. It's like it's playing off your computer, not off the
What
not
in the
through the
hell
computer.
are you
Yeah, I
looking
can't hear it at all, Clay. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I can't hear it.
at? What the hell?
I mean, I can.
Let me see something here. Yeah, okay, no, it's this site. It's their site. It's just messed up. It's
Okay.
them.
I was gonna say I can even hear pugilism.
All right, it ain't me.
His
It
thoughts.
ain't me. It ain't me. Just leave it alone, man. They got to get their shit together, man. At least I'm happy it ain't me.
Yeah, no, you good, Clay.
But
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
yeah, but skipping past all of that, right? Just getting right into it. You know what I mean? T.O., that was adorable. He put his little bit in there, 2.3 million, said, listen, man, let's see what we can make happen. But Top Rank comes in reality and drops 8 million, right? They drop 8.5, I think it is, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the number is.
8.5, yeah.
Right. And we know that that Keyshawn gets 25% of that and Devin gets 75% of that. So Devin looking to make somewhere around 6 million for this fight. And Keyshawn looks like he's going to be in the 2 million range, 2.1, 2.2, 2 point something $1 million range. So more importantly for this channel, the fight look like it's very close to being locked in. Right. Keyshawn Davis has 48 hours to accept offer. Well, both of them have 48 hours to accept the offer. But yeah, I think there's pretty much a good argument there to say that Devin's definitely going to accept that, right? He's going to take that 6 million and change and go ahead and make the fight happen. Keyshawn would be the one who there would be wondering if he's going to take the deal or not. I think a lot of people think that he priced himself out trying to get that $3 million. Well, not three, trying to get 6 million. Trying to get 6 million, not taking the 3 million, and that's why he bet on himself to get the money on this one. I'll ask the gentleman here today, do you guys think there's a chance at all that Keyshawn Davis walks away from this and doesn't take this deal and make this fight happen?
I honestly think so. I think he feels that and it's crazy because it's like I'm on both sides of the street. I really think he wants to fight. But I just think that him just declining offer after offer. This is even less than what he was going to make with the 3 million. Apparently, you know what I mean. So-called streets are saying that he was offered and not signed that deal in negotiations. I mean, I early yesterday, shout out to Coach Malachi, but he had Keyshawn's coach on the line who literally said that Keyshawn is waiting for the negotiation side. Bill and Devin have signed their deal. It was reported that they already signed their deal and they're waiting for Keyshawn. So the negotiation was happening between Top Rank and Keyshawn, and Top Rank didn't want to budge. This may be the turning point, to be honest with you, Clay. I think we may either see Keyshawn walk, maybe over to Angelo's favorite building. Look at him winking. or we may get that Brian Norman fight instead of Devin Haney, possibly. So it's a lot of things looking towards the escape route for Keyshawn, and not in the way of him running, but of him making a better decision business-wise for himself.
No doubt. What you think, Angelo?
Yeah, it's a yes. So none of that is done. Shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to Bill Haney for getting their contract signed and the money that the zone's going to have to pay them on whatever guarantees it is. Because I think most people don't understand, Clay, that so a purse bid happens. So let's say Keyshawn says yes, which in my opinion, he won't. But let's say he says yes, right? What happens is Devin gets that 75% on top of the deal with the zone too, right? So it's not like either or. There's the zone's deal already signed. Well, Keyshawn's with quote unquote Top Rank, but Keyshawn's also with Turkey, and that's not a quote unquote. Go look at his trunks. It says Ring Magazine ambassador on it, right? He's a Riyadh season ambassador. We already know all of this. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to like rile up the Haney fans, but Keyshawn's in charge actually right now, because if Keyshawn walks away, Devin's gonna get paid by DAZN. So again, good job, Bill, for locking in the bag. But I don't know. You probably will have to fight. I don't know, Catterall, somebody. I don't know. I don't know who
Liam
gonna want you to fight to make sure that the money they're gonna pay you is made up for whatever, right? But you know who doesn't have money problems, Clay? TKO. They don't got no problem. They got no money problems at all. So don't be surprised. Is all I'm saying. Keyshawn, side is not done.
Well, I mean, Keyshawn definitely has a contract with Top Rank still. So if it's not the Devin Haney fight, it'll be another fight, right? There's no getting out of business with Top Rank until he's in compliance. You know what I'm saying? And checks all those boxes with Top Rank. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm co-signing that with you guys. I'm saying I understand the possibilities are there, but I'll tell you right now, if Keyshawn don't take this fight, I'll be very disappointed. Super disappointed in Keyshawn Davis. With the whole entire build up to this, everything he's been with the Debo Dev and getting hit with the brick and all the huss and fuss he's made throughout the past since the beginning of the year on making this fight, maneuvering to get in a position to pick up a mandatory position, leveraging whatever influence he had with the WBO and the Top Rank's influence to and Jay Prince obviously as well, to get in that position, to get to this point, to allow this fight to just go away because you want more money. Well, yeah, there'll be a lot of criticism coming from me because to me it's a whole lot of nothing for nothing. And yeah, I'm not celebrating that. I'm not co-signing that. If that's the way he goes out, that's nasty work. That's nasty work if he decides to do that. Because it didn't need to be all that. It could have just been what you wanted to do in the beginning. All this, you know what I mean? All this nonsense, stirring the pot, making all this controversy. You're going to become very chatty patty and very much not about that life to me. I will really be shocked. Besides that, I'm hearing rumors in the background, people I'm speaking to who are saying that Keyshawn's building his whole team up right now for this fight. He's doing a lot of powerful moves. So not only would he be wasting our time as fans, but from what I'm hearing he's been putting together in the background, that'd be a waste of time for them as well. So no, I think he takes this. I think he takes this offer. I think he would have loved to get more money and all those different things. And we don't know what's going on in the background. Like you said, Turkey may be involved in the conversation to a certain degree. And he has certain guarantees from what I understand with Top Rank as well, as far as money is concerned. So yeah, don't make it about money. This is still your biggest payday. $2 million is still right next to or his biggest payday he's ever had. This opportunity won't come around again like this. You're a fighter who's 15-0. And now you're getting an opportunity to fight a Devin Haney, who you've been saying you've been trying to get a fight with forever, and a victory over Devin Haney, a former undisputed champion, multiple weight class, 3-weight class champion at this point in time. And Devin Haney would be something that I don't know if you get that opportunity again anytime soon. If you go to Zuffa, if that's what the mission is, to go to TKO and do all that and play around and not make this fight happen, it's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to raise an eyebrow on that.
What I want to say is, and I'm glad you mentioned the that deal he has with Top Rank and whatever money's forwarded to him. I still believe, and if I'm not mistaken, because Top Rank already bidded on that fight, and exceeds the amount that he's due, that will be actually part of the deal. Because he's already making more than what he's promised per fight and per capital. So that would be part of the deal. Now, if it is added onto the price of what the bid is, which it can be as well, you're still looking at close to a $4 million bag. It's still in that same ballpark of what he was declining. I think it was moved from $3 million to $4 million, I was told, and he wanted 5 to 6. So it's still in that ballpark. So it still makes it a hard bargain and a hard pill to swallow, I think, for himself. But listen, hey, if he takes the fight, more power. I want him to take the fight. That's amazing. That would be the greatest thing ever. But if he doesn't, I kind of understand. But at the same time, like you said, it's discouraging to root for him going forward. You know what I mean?
It definitely will be.
Yeah,
it definitely will be. If he decides to do that, it's his business. But I'm not co-signing that. I'm not smiling that off, and I'm not even calling that good business. I'm gonna call you a duck. I'm gonna legitimately call you a duck.
Yeah,
you have every right to, Clay. You have every right.
You're a duck. You campaigned for the fight. You pushed for it. You called them ducks, saying they were ducking you. You said all these different things. I mean, I
just don't want to see this whole
energy, bro. I'm not playing that game, bro. I've seen people get called ducks for way less than pushing something all the way to a purse bid and then walking away from the table. Not respectable. This to me is right next to not making weight.
This is just as bad as that 25%.
Right next to not making weight. This is the exact shit to me.
Yeah, that 25% his brother said he should have took when he had the opportunity. It was on the table. So this kind of this lays right down to it. If he walks away, it just looks bad. But it is what it is, man. I mean, 25%.
You know, I was just gonna say stock chaser. You know what?
Wait, hold on. Before you get into that, Mr. Tank, I just want to get this off the screen. Mr. Tank, man, I appreciate the love and the support, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, man, for the call in the chat.
Thank you, Mr. Tank. Hope Davis comes back soon. So with Keyshawn, stock chaser, yeah, man, you're right. And Clay's saying a lot of truth stuff, and that's cool, man. That's cool. I'm just saying, he is the businessman, like Ray Davis.
That's not business, bro. That's trash.
Hey, look. All I'm gonna say is somebody.
Why in the hell is that business?
If Bill Haney was,
it is, but it isn't.
What?
If Bill Haney was telling the truth,
let him rock, Clay. Let him rock.
If Bill Haney was telling the truth, which I don't find him to be a liar, but if he was telling the truth and they offered him $3 million and he turned that down, I'm sure there was a reason for that. Jay Prince and Keyshawn know what they're doing. I'm sure there was a reason for that. And then there's going to be this narrative being thrown at everybody, including pundits and writers and everybody. They're all going to be like, man, that's so stupid. You made it go to purse bid. You're getting less. But they don't really know the money that's happening behind the background. They don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. Right. I say. So all I said was don't be surprised. I'm not. I just said don't be surprised if Keyshawn says no. That's all I'm saying.
I will be surprised, and he's gonna get cooked. He's gonna get cooked. There's no getting around that. You do that, that's cool, fine. But okay. At the same time, we gonna put that temperature about mid range, and we gonna slow cook you because I'll never listen to that man again, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. You're gonna be that. This would be. Even the thought of it is frustrating to me to even think about the idea that this man would try to play the businessman with this conversation. I'm jumping off that bandwagon. I'm good on that energy. Bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm jumping off that train. I'm jumping clean off that train, bro. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. All that craziness, all that talking, even with Shakur, I'm gonna look at Shakur a little weird and be like, damn, bro, you co-sign this? So y'all sat here and played all these games.
Look.
And both of y'all, and you ain't fighting him, and Keyshawn ain't fighting him. Oh man, don't get it twisted, brother. Don't get it twisted. I don't see it. I don't see it. It ain't no win for me as a boxing fan. As a boxing fan, we ain't winning in that. We ain't winning in that. So good luck. Good business, man. Shout out to you guys. But we done though. We done. I'll just wait for you to announce it. Well, I don't need to see you fight nobody, bro. I'm not campaigning no more. We good. Just announce your fights, bro. And we'll move on.
Angel, stop laughing, bro.
Yeah, listen, but I'm being honest.
I know you are, but it's making me laugh. I'm trying to ignore him because I know you dead serious, Clay. I just know this shit is about to ruin your fandom.
I don't play those games. I don't care. Yeah, I'm not a fan of nobody like that. I'm not a fan of no organization. I'm not a fan of no fighter. You play with my time and you play with my face, and we good. We official business. Salute to you. We good though. We done with that. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. Tank Davis played games. He said he had a list. He jumped off and said he ain't fight nobody. I'm straight. That's it. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm good. When you announce a fight, it'll be announced. We'll see if I like it, I like it. If I don't, but we good though. We good though. We good. Fuck all that pound for pound conversation, legacy conversation, being the best conversation. You're not included in those conversations with me. I don't participate in that in the foolery. I don't play those games. I don't participate in the foolery. You heard? I don't play. I don't. Look, I've defended fighters when I think they're right or when I think they need defense, but I'm no fanboy. That word disgusts me. I hate fanatic energy. I don't play like that. You pass up on this fight and try to be the smart guy and smile this off and say that you went to go get a bag. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Hey, man.
Angelo back up.
Bro. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, brother. You know what I mean? I see how you're moving, bro. You like it, I love it. On to the next one. That being said, though,
can I just throw one more thing out to piss Clay off even more?
No, please don't. Go ahead, sit. This is the time to.
You know,
the time to do it.
I agree. I mean, it's not like I can't disagree with Clay, and I can disagree with everybody who's. All I was trying to say is don't be surprised, but Ray, you know, and everybody just. Keep in mind that Liam Paro is a free agent. That's all I'm trying to say.
Liam Paro Liam Paro will get that unification.
And the IBF has the hydration rule, which works just fine for Keyshawn moving up to 147. So I'm just throwing out there. The TKO got a lot of money, and Liam Paro might be in play. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
Liam Paro will be fighting Devin Haney. Trust me. I'm
not going to get in trouble no more.
They will book that fight.
No, ain't nobody in trouble, and I know how the business is gonna go, but I'm gonna be 100 with you. I don't need to be 100. I don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will be classified for who you are to me. Damn. I won't play with you. I'm not gonna play with you, bro. You feel me? I'm telling you, you're gonna see. This is the part where a lot of people in the space they ride with me, and then they kind of fall off the bandwagon because they don't know that there's this side to me. Where
no, I get it.
Especially if I've been in your corner.
No, I know. I mean, you're doing it with David Benavidez, and I appreciate it that you're starting to understand that David Benavidez is just ducking. That's all he's doing. So I appreciate that about you.
You're gonna have people like T Severe cooking me in here for defending you motherfuckers this whole damn time. You got people like Sox Aces in here cooking me for defending you motherfuckers all the time. Let me tell you something, bro. I don't play like that. I'm dead ass. I ain't no fanboy, bro. You play with me. I'm telling you.
All right, can I
got his Batman shirt on. The Michael.
I know he got his Batman shirt. Man.
You know he needs business right now.
Man.
Listen, Ray, you've known me the longest, right? Yep. So you know about this roller coaster ride called the Claymore. The Claymore train. You already know exactly how I carry it. I don't
block, bro.
No fighter in this game like that. I don't care. Terrence Bud Crawford play around with me like that, and I promise you. I don't care.
I just want to throw this out. Just I'm just throwing this out just for people to have a thought about it. And if it happens, Ray, then it happens, right? I'm just throwing it out there.
Right.
Okay. October. Hold on. October, maybe Halloweenish time. Madison Square Garden. Zuffa Boxing in conjunction with Top Rank, Shakur Stevenson versus Muratalla, and Keyshawn Davis versus Liam Paro. I don't know.
If that happens, bro.
I don't know.
I think that Liam Paro fight set up. Listen, I think that unification that happened with Devin with Liam Paro before we get the Keyshawn and Liam fight. It can happen. It can happen. Anything's possible. You're right. I will never say never. But I just think that if Keyshawn walks away, we're looking at Keyshawn versus Brian Norman. Definitely. I think that's going to happen. I think that's an in-house fight. They can make it happen. It'll solidify those two and the little bitter war that they had behind the scenes on this whole build-up to this Devin Haney fight. And I think Devin moves forward. And I think Liam Paro's a hungry opponent that would love to fight Devin. He's been chasing Devin or wanting to fight Devin. I mean, you got to use the word chase. He's been wanting to fight Devin since the days of 140 when he was a champion as well. He wanted to unify. So this is his opportunity to land that. And I think this is what happens.
I think anything is possible. Right? Clearly, wherever the money is, that's where it's going to go. Keyshawn still has a top-ranked deal that he needs to deal with.
Yeah, he's got one fight. Right?
There's no just moving around and all of a sudden he's wearing some Zuffa shorts or on some card. You know what I'm saying? Fighting wherever he feels like feeling it. I don't see that happening. I get that. I get it, Angelo. That you're rooting for the great play.
Oh, he may end up there, but not now.
Yeah, not now. That's what I'm saying. He still has business with Bob Arum that he needs to handle. Right. Whatever he decides to do, he can do it. It'll be a damn shame, bro. It'll be a damn shame, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. That fight is on the table. You don't take it, brother. I don't give a damn what else is on the table. I'm telling you, bro. You move away from this with all this shit you talk down to like 4 days ago, brother.
I'm gonna say,
I'm gonna be real with you. I can't even believe it. So I gotta wait to see because I don't believe it. I think he's.
You don't want to believe it, y'all.
I think he's making that fight. It's not that I don't want to believe it. It's just that it's not consistent with at all with anything he's been talking.
The energy, right?
Anyway, he's been moving. His energy hasn't given. So that means I literally cannot believe shit that comes out your mouth because I don't know. You got me. So that being said, fool me once. You know what I'm saying? You got me. So I don't care how passionate, how much you bring Jesus Christ into it, how much you bring. I'm good on you, bro. I'll just see you in the ring. I don't care about your promotion. I don't care about what you got going on in videos. I don't care about your interviews, about, I'm tuning you clean out. I'll show you when I can tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I promise you. That being said,
I can't wait for his first interview and excuse.
I can tell you, brother. Fuck all the threats. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know you the
and bump with everybody here. You talk about saying, wait to freaking get a hold of you.
You just see it. Y'all be like, yo, in news, Keyshawn Davis, and I will put a mute on your ass, nigga. And be like, what about that nigga, bro? Did he get an announcement? Right. Yeah, that being said, what's really going on? What's really going on in boxing? Let's not talk about the bullshit. Let's talk about what's really going on in boxing. Ain't nothing going on over there until I see him pop up on the card. I'll be looking for Turkey to make an announcement. You heard? Or Dana White. But as far as Keyshawn's concerned, brother, we straight. We good, baby. You feel me? On to the next one. We good, baby. You the guy.
Would that be worse than the De Los Santos debacle?
It will compound it. It will be, you know what it's gonna feel like? It's gonna feel like how I feel about Stephen Fulton right now. You feel what I'm saying?
God, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of which, that's bad. Yeah, that's
that's what it'll be. It'll be the same way I feel about Stephen Fulton will be the same way I feel about Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Stephen Fulton right now announces his next fight. I'm straight.
At 147?
I don't care what weight class. I don't care if that man said he's fighting. I just don't give a shit. He's literally to a point now with me where until he's in the ring, I don't give a shit.
What if he gets a hold of Chris Colbert?
Bro.
Oh, man. Cool boy really hurt himself, man.
They had this thing. Pause.
Hey, Ray.
Chris Colbert, my guy, bro.
Might as well announce a fight with Chris Colbert. He might as well.
Finally got him. Thank you, Clay. Thank you. Give that man a chance.
I'll be just as excited. I'll believe it. I'll be just as excited. I'll be just as excited.
Okay. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm sorry, bro. I can't play those games, man.
All right. Stop making it. Everybody stop making Clay mad.
I take myself way too seriously, bro, to let somebody play with me like that, bro. I just can't. I just do. I just take myself that seriously, bro. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. That being said, moving on with the conversation, let's talk about this card tomorrow. Let's talk about Saturday. Let's talk about Lamont Roach and William Zepeda for a second there. Let's talk about Raymond Muratalla and Robson Conceição, and let's talk about how I believe Zuffa Boxing may be watching this weekend very closely on the back end of Shakur Stevenson not getting this fight with Devin Haney, because Devin Haney got the deal and he's defending his title and trying to make the fight happen with Keyshawn Davis. Oh, and by the way, I will have so much more respect for Devin Haney than I already do, and Bill Haney. I'll have to apologize to a certain degree, right? That y'all called it from the beginning. I was sitting here thinking of something else. They're definitely the ones looking for the smoke. They're definitely ones looking to make the biggest fights, and all these other dudes is listening to way too much rap music. And I think that shit has contaminated your brains. I think you guys have become generation wow.
Got drink with me?
Yeah, they're not Generation X. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're Generation Y.
Are you sure? They're not even Gen Z? They're Generation Y?
Because that's for me, as far as I'm concerned, is why? Why should I can't even listen to you guys. You guys lose your credibility in a huge way if this happens. I'm done.
I'm just laughing because this is the first time I've heard you do this publicly. I'm just letting y'all know I heard this before, y'all, with two people. I'm not gonna say who, but this is funny, him doing it publicly, because y'all never see this side of Clay. Matter of fact, he did it once with Tank. But he didn't go hard like this. Pause. He didn't get on Tank's case like this, right? But this is crazy. Yo, I've never seen it.
Yeah, Keyshawn broke him, man.
Yeah, man. Yo,
you know what it is? You know what it is?
Stop it.
But the idea of it is frustrating to me, because
Yeah.
I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's a great fighter, and I think this fight is a fight he literally can win against.
He's only
Devin Haney.
26 too, Clay. He's only 26.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. So that being said, right now that we got that out the way, so you know what I'm saying.
Ray, you know that Zuffa did try one more time with Devin.
Yeah, I knew.
There was a last minute push.
I don't give a shit.
A bunch more, and then Devin just really wanted to do the zone route, so.
Which makes it even more horrible. Which makes it even more horrible that Keyshawn played like this, if he played like this. But that being said, I'm low key a fan of Keyshawn, right? It's like, and I'm not a fan of fighters like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to use that word loosely, but I look at Keyshawn as a young Terrence Crawford. I see the potential in him. I like what he does inside the ring. I'm not talking about his outside the ring antics, but his potential inside the ring. So to get an opportunity to make a signature fight like this against Devin Haney this early in your career, Jay Prince moving the way he did, all these pieces being moved around you, I really support the idea of win or lose for Keyshawn Davis to show and prove to the world that he's part of this next generation that's not ducking no smoke. So to get it up until this point and then move away from it like it's nothing, I got nothing but a straight look for you. It's kind of like when your kid does something stupid and they think it's cute and you're looking at them like, nah, that's not cute, bro. Well, who told you that was cute? Nah, don't you get it? Nah, bro, I think you playing with me. I think I raised you way better than this. I think you embarrassing the shit out of me right now, bro. You got me fucked up. You look like a dumbass out here.
I understand where you're coming from, Clay. I'm just again, all I was doing was letting people know that.
Hey, I'm not
in the business side of things. A world championship is a world championship. IBF belt, WBO belt, all mean the same thing.
Play on that Bomac energy right now.
Well, no,
get out my gym.
I'm keeping it 100, right? So, Angelo, you're defending Zuffa right now. That's
no. I didn't say he was going to be with Zuffa. I didn't say he was going to.
I'm going to put what I'm saying. I'm going to put this into perspective for you, right?
Okay.
If this was another kind of energy, I just watched you hold David Benavidez to the highest level of accountability.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, by the way.
Wait, hold on. Listen, right? So if this, I've already seen you see. I believe if this was Keyshawn was moving like this outside of doing business with the TKO or doing business with, potentially a Zuffa, you'd probably be closer to the accountability part of the conversation and say, "Damn, bro, you played with us.
Right.
This was a big fight, but because it's aligning with a bigger picture that you're seeing, there's a bigger picture for you in this conversation. You're allowing this to happen and be cool. Me, I don't care. I like Zuffa. I like TKO. I like DAZN. I like Eddie Hearn. I like everybody.
You just don't like Keyshawn now.
It's not about not liking him. It's not about not liking him. If you play with me, that's what you did.
Right.
I'm not. You feel what I'm saying? There's no.
I understand.
I'm not the type of dude that gets played with, but I'm like, but I understand why you played with me. I don't care who you are. If you played with me, that's what you did. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your come up. I don't care about the reasoning. What you did is what you did, and guess what? You'll do it again.
Right.
So that being said, that's the most important thing. You'll do it again. So we gotta factor that in to your character, to who you are, to what you're capable of doing, and we don't do that again. You gotta work hard. You gotta work hard, and you gotta figure out. You gotta work hard and figure out another way to do it to me again. You don't get. You know what I mean? You gotta be playing chess out here. Now you can do it to me again. I don't know how it's gonna look, but it won't be this way. Because it'll be another way. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. But this way, I'm blowing that break up.
Yo, listen. Real quick.
All I want to add to it, Ray. All I want to add to it is that and nobody knows if Keyshawn's going to fight Devin yet. So I understand what Clay is saying is if and or whatever. But if next Tuesday Keyshawn's like, I'm fighting Devin Haney. Then, wait,
hold on. Wait. Hold on. Mind yours. You're 100% right. 100% right. And I think this might be directed a little bit at Angelo. I ain't gonna lie. I might be. Because the reason I'm going to say that is because the idea of Keyshawn taking this conversation to where he's taking it to and him entertaining that and pundits in the space maybe looking at like it's cute does kind of disgust me. You feel me? It does. Low key, it does disgust me. Like, I feel like it's our job to hold these dudes accountable. There's no, and this is why it's me personally. I'm not a fan. I get in my feelings a little bit sometimes when I see fanatic energy, because I know even though every now and then you're on the same side as the fanatic energy, right? So you find yourself co-signing things, but at the same time, the fanatic energy is dangerous to when bullshit happens and we're allowing the fanatic energy to overwhelm that and allow bullshit to happen and think it's cool. That's when it becomes picking and choosing. So that's why I brought up the David Benavidez situation. I brought up,
that's a good one, by the way.
You know what I mean?
That's a really good one.
Yeah, to say that at the end of the day, the danger of being a fan is when your fighter or your organization, whatever it is you support, when they do bullshit, keep your energy, because your credibility, my credibility is on this channel. This channel is my credibility. These fighters will come, they will go. These organizations will come and they will go. They will make good moves, they will make bad moves, and their worst case scenario is they will walk away millionaires and leave it alone. I'm left here with my face card that I put online every day when I'm on this channel talking to my community about what I stand on. And I won't let that sway for anything, because that's with me until I lay it down. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm gone and they talking about me later. So once you cross that line, I'm going to put you where you need to be, because I'm not here for you. I see those channels out there who are here for fighters. They put it all on the line. This is why I could never gangbang. I'm be real with you. I wish my boy right now, if he was watching this, would pop up and say, I could have been a blood in LA. You know what I'm saying? I was in the military. The whole idea of it, I was hanging with a lot of bloods. I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even call out the community. I was, but why was I having an issue with it? The reason I had an issue with it, and I almost did it because I was young and stupid, but when I would go back to LA on the weekends to go chill with everybody, I'd be in the middle of shit that I had no idea what I was in the middle of. You understand what I'm trying to say? I'd be in shit that I did not know I was going to be in the middle of, and I realized in that moment, no, I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't be gone, not even from this neighborhood, just hanging with y'all, and I come on the weekend and you guys like, yo, keep your head on a swivel. This happened during the week. What happened during the week? I can't have somebody walk up on me and want to give me retribution for something I had. So I'm not good with that type of conversation. I'm not a fanatic. Like, I don't back every play. If you do what you got to do, I'm in support of what you're doing in a great way. You do some weirdo shit, some slime ball shit. No, bro, you don't get to come into my crib. No, bro, I don't hide you. No, bro, I don't co-sign you because I made some loyal motherfucking, hell no, bro. You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo, bro. You did some weirdo shit. We good. Go ahead, man. Go that way, bro. What you talking about, bro? Don't come over here with that. What if they, nah. You know what I'm saying? Look, everybody in the building. You know what I'm saying? This is back in the day when I was in the military. I was literally like 18 years old, right? When I was living in San Diego. And my boy, Aaron, was like, yeah, bro, you're right. That's why I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't play that game. I'm not blind with my loyalty. I'm not blind. If you're doing the right thing, I'm going to support it. But if you're not going to stand on what you're saying, I stand on what I'm saying, bro. And I don't care about what you got going on. You talked a whole lot of shit. And if you move around right now from this situation after you said all that, what do you want me to do with you? I don't hate you. I don't know you like that to have a personal issue with you. But I can't, your word is dead to me. You lost credibility with me. I can't defend nothing no more. When you talk, that's you talking. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, what do you want me to do to that? Well, Keyshawn said, what does that mean to me? He also said this. Don't y'all remember when he said all that? He said this too. And then this happened. So what do you want me to do? What? You know what I'm saying? Well,
Ray, again, the tape is the tape.
Hold on, let me say this real quick. I just want y'all to say, listen, stop playing with Clay right now and get those likes up. There was 135 people in this chat. We had 78 likes.
Oh, that's diabolical.
Get them up, man. There's no reason why we got people.
That's why Clay's mad.
Yeah, exactly, man. Y'all boiling his crock pot, bro. Pause. You know what I mean? Y'all get them all up. Get them all upset.
Listen, it is what it is.
No, hold on. Let me just say again.
Hold on. Shout out to Mine Yours. You're right. Keyshawn has not turned down this fight.
Yes.
We don't know. None of that is true. And I don't want to speak on it as if he did that. And I'm just being honest up front to say the accountability will move accordingly. It will not be, you will not do everything you did, move in a weird way, and me not acknowledge how much of a weirdo you are for moving that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call that out. And I think the whole entire space is should do that. If you don't do that, don't whine about when these fighters play with you like that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, right? Don't tell me, oh, they said this. Not what do you care? You didn't care then, don't care now. You don't, those things don't move you. You don't care, remember? Remember, you don't care? So don't care now. Don't do that. You don't care. That's what I'm saying.
Yours, what you did.
Yeah.
Don't get them worked up again. Damn it.
Right.
Go ahead, Angelo.
Right. No. I was just gonna say that again. If you watch that's this whole thing, there wasn't one time that you heard me say I didn't agree with anything Clay was saying. Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Yes,
I'm hoping it gets done. Man.
All I was saying is it's what I have to do, man. I always have to give the other perspective on things.
Right.
I don't know if Keyshawn might say sure, and Turkey's gonna pay him on the other
I believe
side,
Turkey. I believe Keyshawn's making this fight. I believe I'm gonna keep it like this. If Keyshawn believes he really is going to beat Devin, there will be nothing that stops him from making this fight happen.
Exactly.
Period. If you believe,
I agree with that. You
can beat Devin, and you're going to beat Devin, then you do this. This is not even this Devin believed he was going to beat George Kambosos, so he went and signed whatever. He went to Australia. He took the payday because he knew you're not walking out this ring with those belts. I don't need nothing else but you in the ring. I'll figure everything out later. Keyshawn, at 15 fights into your professional career, money doesn't need to be your concern right now. Stating your claim in the big conversations on potentially fighting Tank, on what those fights would look like, on a fight with Gary Antoine Russell, on a fight with Richardson Hitchens, on a fight on all these big fights. You beat Devin Haney, and we can't bet against you no more. You're 50-50. You're 50-50 across the table. Across the table, you're 50-50. Whoever you get in the ring with, you're either the favorite or you're 50-50. We can't go and be like, I think you're going to lose if you beat Devin.
Yep, I agree.
You got to be able, in all fighters' careers, you know what I'm saying? There's a point in time when you get an opportunity to transition into another chapter, into another season into your career. And if you allow money at this point in your career to trick you out of your position, that'll be the biggest disservice you ever did to yourself. Zuffa, TKO, Top Rank, The Zone, the almighty Turkey Al-Sheikh, all those dudes. You let any of those dudes convince you that this ain't the move you need to be doing, that's your legacy on the line. And let it be what it is. And you don't got to give a damn about it. It's all good. Don't mean I ain't going to call it how I see it, though.
I just want to see the fight, bro.
And what I appreciated about it, again, is the whole your David Benavidez comparison. Because it's true, man. David, you were rocking with David like the way you're rocking with Keyshawn, and then you knew what I've been telling you, which is David ducking Jai. That's just I like Jai like that. And if Jai ducks somebody, I will be as mad as Clay. I will be very upset.
All right,
but Jai doesn't have that type of energy, man.
I'm on board with that. That's why. Listen, no lie. That's why I'm a little disappointed, and I know Clay knows this. Rich knows this. Shout out to Rich. That's why I'm a little disappointed in Shakur. You know what I mean? Like, he represents Jersey. And though I may, pick a side or do this or do that, Shakur is still one of the boxers that I favor in a lot of these fights. He's still one of my top 5 guys, bro. And when I see the stuff that like I seen and it like Clay's talking, I'm like, yo, well, bro, listen, you did too much, bro, for this not to be what it should be right now. But I understand completely. I'm moving forward. I'm waiting for this fight to be announced because this is the fight that's at hand right now. Let it happen. I'm wishing and waiting for it. If it doesn't happen, yo, I'm just
and on top of that,
hey, hold on, Clay. Roger that. Stop it, bro. Everybody knows David's ducking Jai. Stop it.
I don't think David. I still don't think David's ducking Jai. I don't think David's ducking
man. We got you on the show saying it. Remember?
Me?
You're like, oh, I don't know, David.
No, I'm not. But David hasn't done nothing yet, is what I'm saying. So
Right.
He hasn't done nothing yet. We haven't heard.
No, he's about to fight McCallan, so he got in the way of the McCallan fight. So he got in the way of a fight that was already being contractually agreed to. But Sampson or whatever.
Yeah, that was kind of
weird.
What's
that going to prove? This guy not going to prove anything, man.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. That was kind of
weird. That's weird. That's weird energy, bro.
I'm not all the way with David Benavidez, Duncan Jai yet, but I am looking at it with a very close eye. What I'm giving way to is I don't know if he actually got the offer to fight against Ja. Number one, if he turned away an offer, I don't think that happened yet. I haven't heard that happened. Number one. Number two, any fighter in the space right now who is leery of doing business right now with what Dana White has going on as far as sanctioning body conversation is concerned, I don't fault them yet because I think the sanctioning bodies have made it a very uncomfortable space for those fighters. I think on the back end of what happened with Ja with the IBF, on the back of a lot of stuff, any fighter who really wants to be part of those belts, I don't fault them for sitting back and watching this play out. Shakur moved over there, he immediately owned it up. If they decide to take the belt from me, it's cool. I understand, man. But he's made peace with that. Anybody who goes over there right now holding a belt, listen, if you say, I'm going to wait, I'm not mad at you. I understand why you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is trying to become a martyr. Not everybody's trying to stand on necessarily what's right to the point to where it gets in the way of what they're trying to accomplish in their careers. So that's why I don't look at the David situation the same way all the way, because when he stated that, I could see the confusion on his face. Like, right now in my career, I'm not trying to play those games. I hear what Dana said, that anything's possible. I know that Turkey's involved in it, but I also know that these sanctioning bodies got smoke with you, bro. And my promoter, who I'm signed to, got smoke with you. And it seems like I'm not trying to get in the middle of that right now. I'm trying to do great things and make money. I'm not trying to show and prove the world that I'm the biggest boss in the world. I understand how that works. So it is what it is. But that being said, shout out to my brother Blue Blood Sports in the building, by the way, as well. That being said, I will be waiting. I'll be waiting to really see what happens with this Keyshawn Davis situation. My blood did boil a little bit. I will be very disappointed in that man if he doesn't make this happen. I believe he's going to make it happen. I've heard things in the background by people in the background, by the way, yesterday. Actually, this morning. Was it this morning or yesterday? It was yesterday. I had some good conversations about moves that Keyshawn's making in his team. And it would be crazy for him to be doing all those things that I heard about yesterday and then not be for this fight. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, you're going to make your trainer look stupid. This guy's been on Mill City for like a month now, going back and forth with Bill Haney, talking about this, talking about that. For you guys not to make that fight happen, that'll be diabolical. It is what it is. Shout out to my brother Chico, 84-510 in the building, says that new Ali amendment, Ted Cruz pushing through the Senate, is the last domino. Nico Ali Kaepernick. Hey, yo, he looks like him. Talk all that and just wanted a payday. Zuffa takeover. Yeah, bro. I don't agree with everything, man. I think Nico I think he has good intentions. I think he has good intentions. I think he's trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? But I do think he signed on for a big task. You know what I mean? Like, he jumped. I think he didn't realize as things are moving, he's realizing, like, damn, bro, I wasn't trying to do all this, as far as it's not as easy, right, Nico?
Can't get out of it now. Your name is Ali, brother. You can't get out of it now. Your mom, not your mom, but your sister's mom. Your aunt already said it's cool.
I mean, listen, man, he got a lot, man. I understand. I don't think he's doing, but I agree with you, Chico, 100%, man. I agree with you as far as, you know what I'm saying, the Senate, Ted Cruz pushing through it, and the potential takeover in a big way. I think on the back of that Ali ad coming out, man, it's going to be full speed ahead, man. Shout out to my guy Pop Shot talking in the building with $5. Says Keyshawn loses to Devin by lack of experience, discipline, and mentality. If he doesn't take the fight, Tiger or Norman is out there for him. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I think he might even stay at 140, y'all. I'm telling you, that might be another.
You know what, Ray? I'd be cool with Devin just fighting if Keyshawn says no and goes the other direction. I'd be cool with Devin Haney getting a rematch with Brian Norman and actually just being called the champ. You know, just because one versus two, right? One versus two.
That would be good for the ring magazine belt, but I think for the most part that doesn't happen. I think it goes to a unification. I think the only way the ring will honor that will give a unification fight with another champion. and I think Liam Parle is the highest ranked one right now, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think he's the highest ranked besides Devin, because Rolly's not even up there on the top 10 in the Ring magazine. So I think it's Liam Parle. Then Ryan Garcia is like number 9. So it would definitely be that Liam Parle fight would have to be the legitimate one to me, in my opinion.
All right. Anyway, that being said, Lamont Roach.
I'm ready.
Lamont Roach, William Zepeda this weekend, and we've got Raymond Muratalla versus Robson Conceição. I mean, definitely interested in the fights for sure, man. I think this is a moment where for Lamont Roach, this is it. This is about as much as the game has for you. 2 draws back to back. He has to do some separation. And I'm going to ask you guys, what is it about Lamont Roach's style that has gotten us to this point right now to where he's getting these draws? And what does he need to do at this point? Because he's getting right back in the ring with another Isaac Cruz, probably a more pedigreed Isaac Cruz than William Zepeda. But the same problem looks like it's going to be there for him, where it looks like the judges are having a hard time reading what he's doing inside the ring. And for me, that's what Lamont Roach's whole entire mission has to be, is that he has to communicate with these judges better. He has to make more separation in these rounds, because he's clearly not losing these rounds in front of these judges, but he's not winning them either. Right?
Yeah, like, it's the smothering, Clay. It's him. It's the smothering of his style. He's a compact fighter. He wants to get inside the phone booth, and that's how he fights. This is what's crazy about it, because when you seen him with Pitbull, and you've seen him with even Gervonta, you've seen him in these compact spaces. Like, he's fighting toe to toe with these guys, which is okay. You know what I mean? Tie the belt around the foot, put it in the tire, whatever you want to do, and that's how we get it in. We fight till somebody goes down. Usually the body shots usually happen like that, but this is what they do in Lamont's camp. He doesn't really have a reach advantage on anybody, so he's more of a failure to be a boxer, I think, in my opinion. I think that's the reason why Jamel Herring got the best of him, because of the reach advantages. But I think we have to be answering the question more so of William Zepeda, because William Zepeda, now we know what he can do, but he's been in the ring with somebody that fought just like Lamont Roach is going to fight him, even though he's put down in the rematch with Tevin Farmer. That's the questions we need to be asking. How does he respond to a guy that likes to fight on the inside and go blow for blow with him, and even match him and punch between his punches? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
Right. I think that's definitely part of it too. I agree with you 100%. I think William Zepeda definitely has to figure that out as well. Both these guys are being confronted with their demons, right?
Yep.
Where, you know what I mean? Like, William Zepeda is being confronted with his worst nightmare, a slick fighter who can catch and shoot with him and work on the inside and smother all that work. And Lamont Roach is back in front of another forward coming flat-footed Mexican who has an even higher punch output, you know what I'm saying, than the Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and he gets an opportunity to revisit his worst nightmare. But so I'm going to ask you, Angelo, I mean, at the end of the day, what is it that Lamont needs to do in this fight? You know what I mean? You could break it down to like technique, style. I mean, I don't know. What does he need to do, man? Because he's not losing these fights, but he's definitely not winning them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to be able to look at everything in a vacuum, rather than like, because when you say, not you, I'm talking about just in general, when people go, oh man, well, Lamont Roach, is coming off of 2 draws. Okay, against who though? Against Tank Davis, who everybody's saying is one of the very best, and a lot of us, including me, I didn't think that was a draw. I thought even without the knockdown, Lamont Roach beat Tank. But it's the system. The system is, hey man, Tank got the favoritism. Pitbull Cruz, he's a monster, bro. He's a monster. He hits extremely hard. And watching that fight, I didn't think it was a draw. I thought Lamont Roach beat him, but I get it, right? Pitbull Cruz gives people a hard time. So to compare William Zepeda to those two, no. I'm sorry, man. William Zepeda's okay at best. And this is not to like knock Shakur down or nothing like that, but William Zepeda's he's not as good as Juan Baby Bull Diaz, if you guys are boxing heads.
You don't think he's better than Isaac Cruz?
No, I don't think William Zepeda is better than Isaac Cruz. No.
Oh, no way. I disagree with you there, but
I think that's fine. I'm just telling you that I think that Lamont Roach just needs to fight the way he fights. And I think this time around he's going to win. But volume will actually make. I'll put it to you this way: I think that if William Zepeda fights the way he always fights, Lamont Roach might actually put his ass out.
I can see it.
Like Lamont Roach could because what Shakur was doing was different, but what Lamont will do, no man, Lamont could take you out. Lamont could take you out if you mess around. Like Fergal McRory, shout out to Fergal McRory, the Irishman who's with Zuffa now, but he tried to do a little something like that, and look what Lamont did to him, right? So I'm just saying that Lamont Roach, he ain't nothing to play with, man. And the two draws don't really, like, you and I had a long ass 5-hour discussion on my whole why is Lamont Roach not ranked up, and you got motherfucking Lucas Body and all these other guys up there, and Clay's like, well, you fighting at the weight you in, and I get it, I understood his argument point. Well, what are we gonna say now, Clay? Let me flip this question back to you guys, sir. If Lamont Roach knocks out, stops, TKO, William Zepeda, where do you put Lamont Roach at 135 now?
He's definitely top 10. Facts. He's definitely top 10. Listen, this is a big fight and big opportunity for Lamont Roach, and I think Lamont Roach is a great fighter. But I think without a doubt, he has to take into consideration that his last 2 fights went to a draw. I think William Zepeda is a better fighter than Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and Lamont Roach in his conversation seems like he's acknowledged that as well, that he believes there's a pedigree about William Zepeda that Isaac doesn't have. Isaac is just a wild, not all the way wild, but he's a very one-dimensional fighter. William Zepeda has, in his own right, is a one-dimensional fighter to a certain degree as well, but he's way more effective at the body campaign. He's way more strategic and is a war of attrition with him. He's not just trying to catch you with one crazy shot and hurt you. He breaks you down physically. He touches that body and he breaks you down. And if you stay on the inside with somebody like William Zepeda, even Shakur Stevenson, who I think is the best boxer in the game right now, as far as just a boxer's concerned, had a hard time staying off the ropes, had a hard time getting Zepeda off of him. It wasn't very easy for him to deal with that. Even Terrence Crawford and all of them were screaming at him like, hey, man, come on, man. He was enjoying himself and handling himself as best as he could. But William Zepeda has shown that he can overwhelm you in a way that Isaac Cruz wasn't even able to do to Lamont. Right. Lamont stopped him from getting overwhelmed that way. He just chose to fight a fight that, and we got to remember he also hurt his hand in that fight as well, which is the reason why he couldn't really take more advantage of what was going on in there. But William Zepeda is going to be an interesting fight for Lamont Roach. And on top of that, if I were to be William Zepeda and I wanted to get ready to fight Lamont Roach, who better to fight than Shakur Stevenson, right? So those 12 rounds also translate for William Zepeda in a way to where he has an experience that, although we all saw him lose, there was a victory in that fight for William Zepeda. And the victory was 12 super valuable rounds against a top 3 pound-for-pound fighter in Shakur Stevenson. Now getting in the ring with the Lamont Roach, I'm expecting to see adjustments on the back end of that fight with Shakur. What do you think about that, Ray?
Yeah, sure. Let's give a shout out. Rick Tim, shout out. Listen, I think everything you just said is legitimate. And this is what I really want to add to that whole punchline that you just said, which is great. I like the fact that our buddy, I almost said Travis Scott. That's crazy. Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer was able to capitalize a little bit, but he was able to do it with exchanges and even playing field. And he was still getting out boxed and out punched, right? Even him landing the shots that he did shows that William Zepeda has a beard. He's able to take punches from the inside. He's able to take punches from the outside. He's able to subdue his opponents and make them and overwhelm them. And because he has that it factor for that, it's going to make it tough for Lamont Roach. I actually see him maybe even hurt Lamont Roach after seeing the Pitbull fight, when I seen Lamont Roach actually get buzzed a little bit. I think it was the 3rd or 4th round he knocked him down. That was nobody seen that coming, right? And that happened. Why? Because he was fighting on the inside with a smaller guy. Now he's fighting with a guy that has high output, much more output, and a guy that actually has a good breakdown in his shot. So this is a dangerous fight for Lamont Roach. This is a dangerous fight for both of the fighters. But I just don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and And if I do, I'm going to lean towards the Mexican fighter in this fight, just to the fact that he is a natural 135 pounder. He's been there before, and he's showing that he can take a shot more so than I think Lamont Roach has, especially in recent fights. And if he goes blow for blow and he hurts that hand again, it's a long night for him. So we have to see how that goes. I mean,
yeah,
I
agree with you 100%. There are these intangibles there that are clearly there, and I think William Zepeda is also mentally a strong fighter. He's going to get to show it this weekend, right? Getting an opportunity to get rolled right back into another championship fight. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, Panda's there in his corner. He has a decent corner in Coach Panda. Coach Panda is going to make the adjustments, and Coach Panda has so much respect for that style that Shakur Stevenson brings to the table. I mean, he's talked about him in the highest way before the fight and after the fight. I think there's some experience in there that Panda has walked away with as well as a trainer. So be ready for some adjustments from William Zepeda. I was very disappointed to see William Zepeda come back the same way he did against Shakur. I'm looking for him to make the adjustments and say, okay, this slick black shit is easier said than done. I need to approach it in a certain way. I thought he did a great job of dealing with a fighter who was kind of almost trying to fight him that way in Giovanni Cabrera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was able to break him down. He understood the assignment. I think in this one right here, he might have even sold himself short in the Shakur Stevenson fight. And what I mean by that is Panda respecting Shakur so much, Panda might have drilled in his head that don't try to box with this guy. He's just going to outbox you. Nah, I think William Zepeda could have boxed more in that fight with Shakur. He could have boxed more and chose his spots better, right, as far as letting that pressure go and letting those shots go and trying to overwhelm. He could have boxed more and allowing Shakur Stevenson to sit on the ropes and just see everything he had hurt him.
Timed him out.
Right. I think in this fight, hold on a second. I think in this fight right here, hold on a second. Let me put a mute on here because that was crazy. I think in this fight right here, I want to see him mix it up more. Yes, you got the high volume punching that you do. Yes, you have this thing that's been working for you, but how much of a boxer are you? I don't want you to outbox Lamont, but you might need to box with Lamont before you can get into that position to do what you want to do. As far as Lamont is concerned, you're going to have to control this range a little bit better. Don't allow William Zepeda to smother what you're trying to do, because he can do that. I don't know what that is. I think we're going to see both these guys make those adjustments. Let's go into the Raymond Muratalla fight real quick with Robson Conceição. Guys, why is Raymond Muratalla still at 135?
For the
bro,
four fight.
You see who they gave him as an opponent. So
yeah, they gave him Conceição.
No, they gave him Bernie, the boxer. Oh, that is Robson Conceição. Right, you're right. My bad.
What are you doing,
bro? They look alike, bro. That's his doppelganger, bro. Let's keep it real.
Look. I mean, there's no way. There's no easy way to say that it isn't a 50-50 fight. Sure, can Conceição beat him? Sure, but if Muratalla does what he's supposed to do, wins, then there's an excuse for him to keep the IBF, now not have to worry about no rehydration clause because they could do a unification against Shakur Stevenson. And Robert Garcia's talked about it. Shakur's talked about it with Robert. It's kind of a well-known thing, right? I think the monkey wrench to all of this is if Lamont Roach, who's really sort of a free agent because he's working with Pro Box, if Lamont Roach does do William Zepeda dirty, like finishes him, right, does even better than what Shakur did. Damn, man, Roach put himself in a really good position because either the zone could come up with a bag to secure Roach to fight a unification, or TKO could step in and give Roach a bag to do Roach versus Shakur. And Shakur has already said yes to fighting either guy. So this is actually kind of a big weekend or a big Saturday for the Zuffa people, just because it's the 135 class, which we all know now that Shakur is not fighting Devin Haney.
Right.
He might just come down to 135 if it's the right opponent. Because as Shakur has said, he's not really interested in Rayo Valenzuela. That's kind of like their backup to the backup to the backup,
Right.
in case, because Shakur does have to make his Zuffa debut. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Clay, that's the answer to your question. You're like, why is he still at 135? Because there's a shitload of money at 135 if he gets the bag against Shakur, or hey man, Raymond Muratalla, Zepeda, Raymond Muratalla, Lamont Roach. If the zone's willing to secure the bag, that's big money, man. I don't think Robert Garcia is a bad manager. I
think the unification's there, one, and I think what's more important is this is Robert Conceição's first fight going at 135, right? He just moved up. Am I not mistaken? So this is actually a gamer, if I'm not mistaken, for him. He might have had one, I'm not sure. But with Raymond Muratalla being a guy that's struggling with the weight there, this is actually a perfect opponent for him because he's got a smaller fighter coming up that he's going to be fighting and facing, and it may be advantage him because he's going to be able to apply the pressure, and he may get a good win on Robert Conceição, Robson, excuse me. And if he does so, that sets him up in the case of not just staying there for this fight, but then trying to leverage that IBF title now that I believe it's vacant at 140.
Yeah, Landelfo Delgado is looking for a damn partner.
Thank you.
But yeah, let me add to that just to give you some perspective. Landelfo Delgado is a Robert Garcia fighter. And it seems like Robert Garcia is trying to not deal with that because this already came up with the Oscar Duarte situation with Landelfo Delgado. And Duarte backed out of it and said, I'm not going to do that because Robert didn't want to get that conversation going on. And Robert Garcia has been having some interesting conversations with his fighters, specifically Raul Carriel. And, I don't want to jump all the way out the box with this one, but he seems like he's letting his fighters know that the belts ain't everything, right? That, listen, man, you might not ever get a championship. He understands the political space of the traditional space of boxing, the politics. And he's already kind of gotten his fighters mindset on making the biggest fights, making the most money, not being so caught up on titles. So I don't think that Raymond Muratalla, and if anything, that's probably why Raymond Muratalla also didn't go to 140 as well. Just the idea of that being his option. Like, if I'm not going to get the Shakur Stevenson at 140, I don't want to just end up at the bottom of the list. And I don't think he's entertaining fighting for that IBF title. I think he's trying to stay out the way of that because of where Landelfo Delgado is in the conversation. I agree with Angelo, though. The big picture here is that Zuffa has their eye on it. And that's why I put it right there on the thumbnail, that Shakur Stevenson is eyeing this weekend's card. He should be on the back end of not being able to.
He'll probably be here, Clay.
Who knows, right?
Be here watching it.
On the back end of not making the Devin Haney fight happen, they just gave him a whole boatload of fucking money. They need to get him active, and they need to start getting some money back on this somehow, at least getting him active and blowing the brand up. So without a doubt, man, I do think that on this card, we're looking at potentially Shakur Stevenson's next opponent between Lamont Roach and the William Zepeda winner, and probably not William Zepeda, but and Raymond Muratalla, right? And Robson Conceição, and it won't be Robson Conceição. Both these guys fighting fighters who Shakur already beat. You know what I'm saying? Kind of puts a little bit of a storyline there. I think that's what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's actually a really good card, man. It's at the Virgin Hotel, which doesn't hold that many people. So I hope they can sell that out. Jesus,
right.
That'd be terrible if you can't sell out the Virgin's arena. So I think it will be sold out, but it's a great card. Raul Carriel's fighting Quentin Randall, that big old Gerg Ovanesian dude, the heavyweight that what's his name works with, Ryan Garcia's old coach. He's fighting the Australian guy, Uilia Maui. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry, guys. But that should be a fun fight. 10-0 versus 10-0. Charles Conwell is finally coming back. He's fighting Paul Kroll.
Right.
It's a good card. It's a good card. I like the card, and it's free on TNT. So
free on TNT.
Yeah, no doubt. Pop Shop Talk with the $2 says Roach has a style similar to B-Hop, not flashy. Yeah, he does, man. But he's a very good fight. This is a big fight for him this weekend, man. And I'm picking him to win. I think he wins this fight. But 100%, he needs to communicate with the judges better. Right. He has to communicate better with these judges, man. He can't continue to be misunderstood. right? To where they're giving him draws. Now, get yourself a victory. It's time for him to get in that winning column. On the back of the winning column for him, this is his season. As a lightweight division is also developing into a glamour division within itself, with Abdullah Mason leading the way right now. And, you know, we don't know what Tank is going to do, but Floyd Schofield Jr. looks like he's going to be picking up a title eventually as well. Hadir Herrera is there. I mean, even if you pull up the top 10 right now in the lightweight division, we can even include Rayo Venezuela in that. I don't think he's in the top 10, but he's definitely in position. He has a machine behind him to make a big fight as well, coming off that stoppage of Del Santos. So I'm
with you, Blue. Unfortunately, I am.
my brother Blue says I think Zepeda going to beat Roach. Yeah, that's you know what I mean? I'm not mad. I think it's a close to 50-50 fight.
Yeah. I just think Roach, the mistakes I've seen in his last two fights.
I'm going Lamont again. I'm going.
I think
Roach,
Lamont can win.
I want to make it clear, Ray. I'm going Lamont Roach and Lamont Roach.
Possibly, you know what? I know what. I'm not picking a guy in this fight. I think they can both win. So I'm definitely playing defense on this. I'm being honest. Right. I don't know how to pick because I can see Lamont Roach knocking him out, but I can see. Yep. I could also see William Zepeda wearing down Lamont Roach. So yeah, it's hard for me to really.
You're 100% right, Ray. Like, I'm right there with you. My whole thing is, I don't believe Lamont Roach gets away with what he got away with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Right. And what he got away with Tank Davis. I think those are two separate fighters. I think Tank Davis is way more patient. He's not letting his hands go as much, and he allows you to stay in there more because he wants you to stay there because he wants to bait you into something. Okay. I believe Isaac Pitbull Cruz, I just don't see him like that. Where people have seen Isaac Cruz, I've never seen him like that. I've always felt like he was one fight away from being exposed. Every time I saw Tank Davis beat that man convincingly with one hand. You know what I'm saying? With one hand, handle everything he had. I never looked at him that way. I watched Rayo Venezuela get out his body and fight in a way that he never fights. You know what I'm saying? And he even spoke on that on Inside the Ring this week about how he fought Isaac Cruz not being the way he does, right? But that was Robert Garcia who saw the writing on the wall and said, that guy is not all that. Don't even fight him like this. Fight him like this. And Rayo was like, that's not even the way I fight. And Robert was like, yeah. But you're good, you're athletic enough to do. All he's gonna do is come forward. William Zepeda on the inside. If Lamont Roach stands there the way he stood there with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he doesn't get William Zepeda out inside of 7 rounds. Those last 5 rounds of that fight is going to be crucial for him because his body's going to be hurt. He's going to get, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have that compound interest. He's going to have to weather that storm. And I mean, even with the weight cuts going up to 140, coming back to 135, fighting at 135, I mean, that we don't know how his body's reacting to that as well. So I seen an interview he did with Sean Zattel where he's talking about that. I guess he has some kind of speed test that he's been doing. He has somebody in his camp, right? So he's faster, like 20% faster than he was when he fought against Isaac Cruz. He seems like he's reading the room, though. He seems like he's acknowledging who William Zepeda is. Like he's not going to fight it the same way. I don't know.
I just think his arms are too short to box, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. Like, I don't think he has I don't think he sets up the jab well enough. But then again, I have to see him, first of all, next face to face to see how they measure up against each other because he may just as much be the same size and may have a reach advantage. But I think
they're close to each other.
I know, like, but I think William Zepeda, actually, I can look it up now. William Zepeda, I think, has a longer reach advantage than
like an inch. He's got like an inch.
And I think that plays a big part. I mean, you're 5'9". What is Lamont Roach? Was that 5'7"?
I mean, the reach advantage is only really going to matter if he was boxing. But William Zepeda comes forward, throws a lot of punches, so the reach advantage isn't going to matter. Like again, man, you can believe me or not believe me. I'm just telling you who I think it is. Yeah, and for every single person who keeps talking about Pitbull Cruz this, Pitbull Cruz that was at 140.
I don't even care about
Lamont Roach fighting back down at 135 is actually going to show the power that he was able. Look, man, I know there's a lot of Tank Davis fans out there, but Lamont hurt Tank. So if Lamont can hurt Tank, he could definitely hurt William Zepeda. That's all I'm going to say.
You know what? And I'm thinking about something. This is going to play a big factor too. Clay's going to laugh when I say this. inactivity is going to play the best factor in this fight.
Yeah, that's true too, right? Because Lamont just fought in December. Right. All right. William Zepeda hasn't fought since last July. So that's a whole year.
Right. I think that's going to be that.
Yeah,
that might be
I mean, yeah, he didn't fight since last July, but I don't know what he's been working on. The thing about it with William Zepeda, that's the X factor for me, is that I believe he's mentally strong, and I think he's a disciplined fighter. I don't think that he's not the kind of guy, I believe, who sat outside the ring for a year and didn't get ready for this big day. And if anything, I think Golden Boy is betting on that, right? I think that Panda's a hard-working trainer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's somebody who's probably been watching so much footage on Lamont and even looking back. I bet you Panda's watched that Shakur fight over 50 times, damn near. He's that kind of dude who's obsessed that way. I think you're going to see a William Zepeda who's going to come into this ring very prepared mentally. And like I said, if I were trying to get William Zepeda ready to fight Lamont Roach, I don't know if there's a better fighter to have him get in the ring with than Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's a better fighter who doesn't. There's a good chance that William Zepeda has become so much of a better fighter since that fight with Shakur. And that's why I would even say, expecting him to just do what he does, I'm thinking we're not going to see him do what he just does. I think we're going to see him do something different. He's going to add a layer of something to his game that Lamont Roach is going to have to adjust to. And we'll see how that looks in the fight. On the back end of either one of these guys winning, though, what you think Shakur leans more towards? A Lamont Roach fight or Raymond Muratalla fight?
I think Ray.
I was going to say, I think it's whoever wants to play. The problem isn't the fighters, man. Like, if whoever wins it, Lamont, even William Zepeda, but I'm going to say Lamont Roach because I think Lamont will win. Lamont or Raymond Muratalla, who's definitely going to win. Don't bet on Conceição. Stop it. So it's going to be will that group, which I think they would, because Lamont Roach, again, he's a pro box guy. He's kind of sort of a free agent anyways. I don't think Gary Jonas is going to have him turn down hella money. And it's the same for Raymond Muratalla. It's like Robert Garcia is a good ass promoter, and Top Rank has already shown that they are more than willing to let someone like, I don't know, Jared Anderson ruin his career by taking the bag. So Raymond Muratalla is going to get it back. So it's whichever one of those guys play that end up saying yes first to the big ass offer is, I think, who Shakur is going to lean towards. But I think Shakur beats them both anyway. So respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. That's a tough call. I think the Muratalla fight comes along because that's a fight that Shakur wanted when he was at Top Rank a long time ago, and it's been striving to get it. I mean, you just had recent negotiations where they couldn't even meet at the table because one wanted 140, then one wanted 135, then one wanted to do this much money, then the other wanted that much money, and it was one of those things that we read about on Twitter and throughout the space with Robert Garcia talking on Pro Box. These are things that were taking place. So I think that's the case. I think the Roach fight will always be there for Shakur. That's the thing. I think Roach, win, lose, or draw, he's always going to be a person of interest for Shakur Stevenson because of the fact that he has that tank fight under his belt, and that's a good and he came from 130 as well while Shakur was there. But he always will have that that connection where he could just make that fight. They're close. They can make it at any time. Where that Muratalla fight is like a what do you call it? Like a shooting star. It comes every 4 years or whatever, 86 years or whatever the hell his comic comes. So he needs to take that fight while he can because he already missed it once. I don't think he misses it again.
And I do like the Muratalla fight, what you're saying, Ray, because it would be, if Muratalla, just as long as he beats Conceição in a convincing fashion, he's going to remain at number 2. And now you got number 1 versus number 2 fighting for the Ring Magazine Championship. So I do think it should be Muratalla. And I kind of like what Severe said. Javier Herrera is sitting there getting leapfrogged. I think Lamont Roach versus Javier Herrera, let Lamont Roach go over to Frank Warren and make a bag with his pro box promoter, Gary Jonas, over there too. And good for him, man. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Lamont Roach, Javier Herrera, and then let Muratalla versus Shakur happen on Madison Square Garden, Halloween weekend, co-main evented by Keyshawn Davis versus Leon Paro. Go ahead, guys.
Right. Definitely, right? I think that he definitely goes with the Raymond Muratalla side of the conversation a little bit more as well. I think there's a lineal championship involved in that as well. So that makes the conversation a little bit more interesting for Shakur, I think that makes it a little bit more interesting for him. Lamont Roach is a great fight as well, though. Clearly, the common opponent with Tank wasn't able to beat him. He beats Lamont. That kind of like pushes that forward. What do you guys think about Dana White talking about potentially having conversations with Tank's team, and that
he did. He talked to him. Yeah, he loves Tank, bro. He absolutely loves Tank. Like he is like he's all in on Tank. He spoke to Tank personally. No,
yeah, man, I didn't say that, but what I'm saying is, as far as the likeliness of that fight being able to be put together by Dana, do you think that Tank has kind of dropped his guard a little bit more? That he's not so caught up, because Tank has a history of not liking the idea of being. When he thinks that he's going to be the B side, or when he thinks that he's going to be, when he's very much into the politics of the sport, he believes in the judges are going to be influenced, everything. That's why he didn't make the fight happen with Devin, because he felt like he was going to get a cooking, right? That the judges were going to cook against him. He didn't want to go to a decision. And you got to believe that if he's going to fight Shakur Stevenson, that he knows there's a high chance it goes to a decision. He doesn't like the idea of having to knock you out to win. That being said, Shakur just signed a big deal with Dana White, and arguably is Dana White's biggest. Shakur is literally probably the face of Zuffa Boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he might. There's an argument there to put Jai there to a certain degree, but
Jai, but Shakur is the biggest name. Shakur's the biggest name. Jai's a name. Conor Ben is a name, and again, it'll just keep continuing. But no, I mean, again, look, what's Tank going to do? He's going to be 31, going on 32 next year by the time he fights. So is he really going to turn down money? And the real question for me isn't whether or not Tank would be willing to work with Dana, or what the money will come from the TKO side. But with that group, I think the real question is, does the zone have the money to overpay Tank also? Because I don't want to say they're overpaying Devin Haney. I'm just saying it to the sense of, if I'm an NFL team, Ray Davis, and I paid for the highest paid I'm paying for the highest paid running back when everybody knows I need an offensive line, right? How do I get my return on investment with paying the running back? And that's what they did with Devin Haney. The zone, y'all better hope Keyshawn Davis signs it, because I don't know what you will do. I mean, Jack Catterall is a great fight. I just don't think it moves the needle the way you want it to, so you better put that free on TNT. But do they have that again? Does the zone have unlimited deep pockets, Clay? They can keep going. No, Tank. We don't want you to go over to that side. We're going to pay you X so you can stay on this side.
The thing about it is, I think also another part of the conversation, Angelo, is Tank, the zone doesn't look like they're going to give. They're going to force Tank to make the biggest fights. They're not going to allow him to I'm not trying to say he cherry picks, but they're not going to allow him to play that game. And I mean, like what I heard about him trying to make a fight with Bam Rodriguez, I don't think that's on the table. Those type of conversations on the table for Tank. I do think that over at Zuffa Boxing, though, he gets the biggest bag of money than what the zone's willing to offer him. If he was going to come over to the zone, he's going to be confronted with the Devin Haneys. He's going to be confronted with the Schofields and the Abdullah Masons. He's going to be confronted with fights that I don't think Tank Davis is interested in. You know what I'm saying? So with the Shakur Stevenson fight, however he wants to look at it, that's a fight to where he kind of knows it's the biggest fight in the world, and that puts him on the same side as the street. You know what I'm saying? To do a deal with Dana, that puts him on the side of the street to where he can get a big bag of money. And I'll be real with you. Ever since he tried to make that fight happen with Jake Paul, that kind of let me know that where his mind is at right now. You know what I'm saying? That he's looking for his last couple of paydays.
Right.
I think there's a real good chance on the back end of that fight coming together, that could influence Shakur Stevenson to fight Lamont Roach next, right? Instead of fighting Raymond Muratalla. Shakur already commented that he believes that Muratalla wants to fight, but also he wants a big fight before he leaves 135, that he doesn't want to go into 140. Now, he'll fight Shakur Stevenson at 140 for Shakur's lineal title and WBO title, but Shakur doesn't really get anything out of that except for a payday. I would think if he were to fight Raymond Muratalla, that he would make it happen at 135, right?
Yeah,
He could pick up
it's a ring magazine title, and there's no rehydration clause. The IBF rehydration clause doesn't matter because it's a unification. Or I guess not a unification, but because I don't know, man, they'll figure it out. It's a ring magazine thing. You know, and Shakur being formerly the 135 champ, you know, I'm sure.
Let's take it back to Tito Ortiz to Pereira, right? Let's talk about Conor McGregor. Let's talk about Brock Lesnar. Let's talk about even Kimbo Slice. This guy sees somebody that he knows he can make a bag off. He knows that he can get somebody to get in the ring. He convinced them to be one of the biggest names in the sport. Nobody's better as a salesman than Dana White. He will make it happen. He will find a way to get Tank Davis over there. He will sell him the world to do so. He will put him on that Mount Zion and show him and say, all these kingdoms can be yours. Just sell me your soul. And that's what we'll see out of Dana White with Tank Davis. And I think Tank will, unlike our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, right? I don't know, that's what people say. But unlike him, he ain't gonna turn it down. He's gonna say, show me the money. And I think that's what we get from Tank Davis in this situation, because it's a big fight and it's an opportunity for him to display who he really is. And he won't be the B-side as we think he will, because of the fact that he'll be the money man in this fight, because of the fact that he will be the draw by name. And he will help Shakur's career propel, win, lose, or draw because of this tie together in this matchup. So I think Dana moving Tank into this fight is more than likely to happen. I don't see there's a reason or why not.
Okay. Well, that being said, I want to go ahead into this next conversation. Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia. And we can start off with Ryan Garcia actually being on the WWE. Did anybody get that view to see Ryan Garcia?
That was awesome. Ryan had a whole part too. Like they were like that. Ryan, they showed his daughter. Look, guys, stop messing around. Ryan's going to Zuffa. All right, like stop it already. They're building him up to be this big star. He got to pick up the guitar. I forgot the character's name. You might know who it is, right? Who's the guy that dresses like a devil in the WWE and he got the little midgets? Can I say midget? I don't know. The little
dwarfs, short people, small people,
the little people. I think they call
them. But anyway, so Ryan did a little dance, grabbed the guitar, hit it on the back of someone. Sinister, I think, is the name or whatever. But anyway,
I don't even know Doink the Clown had a guitar.
Ryan Garcia was looking like Johnny. Ryan Garcia was looking like Johnny Cage in the ring, bro. Nah, he's happy as hell, and that was cool. WWE Raw, that's awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I didn't even watch it. I just saw like the clip of it real quick, but I don't watch WWE. I ain't going front. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, though, big reaction, stirs the pot. Shout out to Showbiz. My brother Showbiz said he thinks that Ryan's in a conversation for the face of boxing. Like this might be it. But I think more importantly, see, the way I look at it is people talk about Zuffa Boxing and the pay that they bring, right? The big money. I don't think that's the thing about Zuffa that's the biggest attractive thing about Zuffa. I think the biggest thing that's attractive about Zuffa for fighters like a Ryan Garcia is what Ryan Garcia just did. Immediately on the back end of one moment inside of the ring in a WWE, in that moment, the whole space is talking about he's a face of boxing. You'd have to ask yourself, and if we're going to be fair, could Oscar De La Hoya ever have given him that opportunity? Could the Zone ever had given him that opportunity?
If they could, they would.
Right. They would have done it already, right? Ryan Garcia has been a one-man show since he fought Tank. And what I mean by that is Oscar De La Hoya has offered absolutely nothing to Ryan Garcia that he can't do by himself. There's nothing that Oscar De La Hoya has offered him outside of a name, Golden Boy Promotions in the beginning. And this is where Ryan Garcia is really drawing the line in the sand and saying, there's no advantage of me working with you. On top of the fact that you can't give me those opportunities, let's compound that with the fact that you're also potentially my biggest detractor. You'll say something against a fight I'm putting together. You'll hold me back and not allow me to do something that I want to do. You literally, and even in the interview he had with Ariel Helwani, right? And matter of fact, I want to just kind of like, this is very important going into the Oscar De La Hoya conversation, because Oscar De La Hoya has a lot to worry about, in my opinion. I think on the back end with this whole entire DAZN shit, with them signing fighters, Oscar, what do you do, right? Let's listen to Oscar talk real quick here.
In the beginning was, the Haney fight will be bigger. I would assume people would agree with me, but will it be a better fight? I don't know. It's going to be a massive event, but could be like, look, let's make sure that we're all aligned.
Wait.
Let's get this show on the road. Let's make the big from Dana because they know what's going to happen.
What would happen if you?
Nah.
I mean, how fucking petty are these guys not to include me and not to, make sure I'm not on stage and make sure that, what are they afraid that I'm going to pop Dana in the nose? I mean, of course I'm going to be there. Of course I'm going to be promoting it. Ryan Garcia, everybody knows he's my fighter. So he's under Golden Boy. So, we're looking forward to a big, massive event. I believe the other day, Turkey said that $6+ million have already been sold. So, it's going to be a big event. So I'm really looking forward to be part of it.
So to be
all right. So on this part of the video right here, right? Already, I can tell you this about Oscar and him missing in his narcissism. It shows in so many different ways, right? Once again, making it about himself, right? And asking the question of why don't they want Oscar to be part of this, right? Why did Ryan Garcia not reach out to him and let him know, like, this is what's going on? Why wasn't he part of that press conference? Is there an argument there to say that the big star on the stage is going to be Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn, right? Anybody who's going to compete with Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn for the attention, they're not going to want to be part of the show. Am I bugging?
I mean, I agree. It's like them kicking Floyd off stage.
Right? It don't make no sense, right? Like if the biggest thing that probably Floyd had, the biggest issue that Gervonta Tank Davis ever had with Floyd was that, right? That when I'm up here trying to be a star, you're up here trying to be a star.
Right.
When I'm up here trying to do my thing, you're cutting me off and you're trying to do your thing. But you're trying to make it sound like it's the best thing that can happen for me, right? So
right.
Let's let Oscar, because Ariel Helwani is very good at this. And that's why he's
clear, Oscar, at that press conference in New York 2 weekends ago, did you want to be involved and were told that you cannot be involved?
I wasn't even aware of it. And that's what they do. That's what these people do. They try to sit.
Now, if you're part of the promotion and you're saying you've been putting out on social media that you guys made it happen, we doing it, Golden Boy's putting on this event, how are you not aware of the press conference? How are you not aware of a press conference that you helped put together, supposedly? This whole event is yours, right? This is a Golden Boy event. What do you mean you didn't know there was a whole press conference? I knew there was a press conference. Did you guys know there was a press conference?
Yeah.
Were you guys aware of it?
Yeah.
I think Oscar needs to take our phone numbers so he can we should get a text thread with Oscar so we can hook him up when stuff like this has happened so that we can let him know, because he was completely in the dark, right? What do you guys think about that?
Hey man, maybe he was getting that hair transplant done that day. I don't know.
What I'll say, Clay, is how you were talking about Keyshawn. If Keyshawn doesn't say yes to the Haney fight, is how I've felt about the Oscar. Anything Oscar says, I don't even believe it.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, maybe he's getting something done.
HLD, I hear you, right? This is not about whether he was invited or not. This is him saying he didn't even know it was happening.
Right.
He could have bought a ticket to Fanatics. He's got money.
I mean, listen, I would have rather him said he wasn't invited. For him to say he wasn't even aware of it, once again, shots. This is me just being honest. What kind of a promoter are you where you don't even know what's going on with your fighter?
Right.
You don't even know? Come on, bro.
Buy one under me, or I really do believe they are trying to keep me away from Dana because they know what's going to happen.
What would happen if you saw him?
Okay, now.
Wow.
Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, bro. If I have an event and I think that you're not going to put hands on Dana. Get that out of your head, right? All you're going to do is play yourself. The man has way too much money to allow somebody like you to walk up on him and physically do anything to him. So the idea of that is that's just a fake story that you're making up in your head. And clearly that's not even true. What you're going to do is you're going to embarrass yourself. What you're going to do is you're going to take attention away from Ryan Garcia. What you're going to see Dana do is remove himself and allow Ryan Garcia to be the star that he believes Ryan Garcia is.
Yep.
The question is always going to be, what do you bring to the table? What you bring to the table is a contract for Ryan Garcia. You bring some ownership over. That's it, though.
It's a half, by the way. It's a half contract because it's half
whatever it is.
him and
You
half.
bring some ownership to Ryan Garcia's likeness that makes it to where people are forced to do business with you. But what do you bring as far as marketing, as far as helping the event be bigger than you just said that you heard a rumor that Turkey said there was already $6 million worth of revenue brought in. What did you do to help bring that in? What part did you play in that? Because you don't even know the number. You're completely out of the loop, and already the fight is a big spectacle. What do you bring to the table outside of being smart enough to scout a big superstar in the making in a young Ryan Garcia who signed a contract that he's shown since forever that he's regretted? One of the biggest mistakes he thinks he's made in his whole career is signing this contract that's had him tied to you for what has it been, like 8 years, 10 years? How long has it been? How long has Ryan Garcia been a professional?
He got him from the amateurs, Clay. That's why
right.
he always
and Ryan's how old? 29, 28?
No, he's 27.
So sorry, 27, whatever. 27 years old.
I'm just turn 28. Yeah, he's not old though. He's not old.
No, I'm saying he's the same age as Devin. That's why
Devin. He's the same age as Devin.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is he's probably been with Oscar since what, 18?
Yeah.
You want to talk about slave contracts?
Yeah, it's the escalator contract. Yeah, but it's
you want to talk about you want to call out the UFC, or you want to call out Zuffa or TKO with slave contracts? What the hell is that? This kid has been in an uphill battle to get away from Oscar De La Hoya since who knows how long. I would say probably since the Luke Campbell fight.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? He's been trying to get out of it, go around it. He's been trying to get out of it. What do you bring to the table for Ryan Garcia?
Wait, but you just said, oh man, you still got it.
Look, obviously I'm not going to punch anybody, but they're trying to keep everything from me. And we all know Ryan Garcia is a Golden Boy fighter, and this is a Golden Boy event. And this is a Zuffa event because Turkey bought the event and he included Zuffa because.
Now, you guys have to understand, man. When I'm talking about disingenuous spirit, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. You just stated you didn't know there was a press conference. You don't even know how much money the event's brought in. Him saying that this is a Golden Boy event is just a technical thing he's saying, and it doesn't represent who he really is in this conversation. As Ariel Helwani's questioning his presence in the space, saying, where are you? What are you doing? What are they allowing you to do? Are they all these things that Ariel Helwani's speaking to? Is he's asking how? And you still are saying that it's clear that this is a Golden Boy event. Is it clear? Is it that clear that this is a Golden Boy event?
Yeah, he's playing victim, Clay, is what a lot of his answers were. Oh, they're keeping me away. It's like, if you're a boss, bro, ain't nobody's keeping you away from nothing. So, so sounds like he's just a part of it, Clay. He's a fan. He's a fan making money off of Ryan.
As obviously, Connor is a Zuffa fighter now. And so, it's a good fighter, and this is a Golden Boy buddy, but they're trying to keep everything from me. And we all know Ryan Garcia is a Golden Boy fighter, and this is a Golden Boy event. And this is a Zuffa event because Turkey.
Bro, this is a Golden Boy event? Brother, you're a liar. I had to hesitate on saying that, right? because I don't like doing that.
Well,
But
I mean, like,
why believe
factually.
anything this man says, bro?
right.
Like it's
right.
so disingenuous. It's so
Right.
disingenuous.
Right.
It's crazy that
Well, I mean, the factual thing, and Ariel's letting him speak. Like, it's like, hey, man, you can spew whatever you want to spew. But Ryan Garcia and his manager has repeatedly said publicly that the Oscar's involvement in this particular fight coming up has to do with the Ryan Garcia promotion part. It doesn't have anything to do with the Zuffa part. The Zuffa part is with Turkey working with Ryan, and that was, I believe, the second fight of the 2 fight from the New York fight deal. So, like, again, Oscar's just spewing things, Clay. He's
And
just
this is
spewing
what-
things to make himself look good. But
and this is what Mike Coppinger was talking about when they were laughing at when Max Kellerman and Mike Coppinger were laughing, saying, well, why is he doing all this when he can't even? Mike's like, I don't even know why he's doing that. He can't do nothing. He's already signed away. I don't know why he put a cease and desist and why he's saying that he has nothing to do with this fight happening, right?
He bought the event and he included Zuffa because obviously Connor is a Zuffa fighter now. And so, yeah, let's all work together and, everything will be fine.
And he's playing this game like this is a Golden Boy event and Turkey just allowed Dana to be part of it because of Conor Ben. We all know that. Bro, you are so disingenuous. It's a fucking hilarious. It's hilarious to watch you play this game. It's hilarious to watch him do this with a straight face. Like there's not, and
Don't be afraid.
Is there any part of you that feels like, okay, I didn't know, you didn't know, but Ryan, your guy, should have told you about this, should have included you in the talks?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the bottom line is that I didn't know. Nobody, they just slipped one by me just like that. So
the bottom line is, first of all, he's acknowledged, that he was not included in the conversation. That this fight was put together and everything, the press conference was put together without him. The guy this is his event. This is his event. And they slipped one by him. What do you guys think about? They've been slipping a lot past Oscar, right? Like they've been just moving they've been slipping a lot past him.
Oscar. Listen, I ain't got nothing to say about this guy besides him. He's doing it to himself. Remember, Oscar was on the brink of telling everybody he wanted to sell Golden Boy 2 or 3 years ago. So now he's up here because of him feeling left out and seeing that boxing's moving on without his antics. Him being a clown. That he's feeling left out. Yeah, he feels some type of way because nobody cares about the clown shit you're doing, bro. You're a damn near 60-year-old man.
Right. Not only do they not care about it, but they're showing that he doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not stopping nothing. You don't have a say in this. You don't.
Right.
You're not influenced. Because if you had influence in it, let's be real, you probably wouldn't even allow this to happen.
Right. And just check it out too. Right. So on top of that, what does he do? He goes around and tells everybody that he has this lawsuit and to stop us in desist letter talking about that they can't do this without him. And they're like, bro, you signed your rights away 3 fights ago. What are you talking about?
Long time ago, right? It is what it is.
Right.
No.
Just stop being pussies. Let's get this show on the road. Let's make the biggest event possible, and then we'll move on.
Oscar, it's already the biggest event possible. It's already the biggest event.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like the person who comes to the party and staying in the corner and waiting for somebody to give him something to do. Oscar, do me a favor. Could you take the trash out? There's trash piling up in the corner. Could you take the trash out? Could you do that? Or I see you came in here in your Versace suit. No, we don't need you for that. We already got that. No, we got somebody on the grill. No, we already got the DJ going on. No, the bar's already lit. No, what are you talking about, bro? Can you take the trash out? And by the way, can you get out the way of the guy I got doing stuff? He's trying to move this whole thing. Can you move closer to the wall? Because you're getting in the way of the guy I hired to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just stand there, bro. It's one thing. There's one thing to not have nothing to do. It's another thing to be in the way of the other people who are doing things. Like, there's nothing here for you to do. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let's check it out.
As far as the fight week promotion, all the presser weigh-ins, you'll be there, front and center on the dais, no problem.
Front and center, I will be there. I cannot wait. I'm right now in Pebble Beach. Just bought a home right.
Hold on, Oscar. When is that? When is the promotion? He should ask him that. So you know what I mean. So when is the promotion? You said you're gonna be there. What day is it? Okay. I bet you Dana knows what day it is. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you, Nick J. I definitely got Connor winning, but go ahead, Clay. My bad.
Let's see.
Here, but I'll be flying in and spending the whole 2 weeks just promoting the hell out of it, making sure that it's a big event, making sure that Ryan gets what he wants, what he deserves, and we'll take it from there.
No more Vegas for you, or is this a secondary home, or maybe a third?
This is just a vacation home.
Okay.
He's in his vacation home. Boxing is dying. You have no networks ain't picking up boxing. Your fighters are not fighting regularly. They're all trying to get away from you, and he's in his second home, his vacation home. Oh,
be nice. Must be good to be the golden boy.
Hey, I worked hard all my life.
You did.
So I deserve a little perk here and there.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well earned and deserved. Okay, so how is the relationship with Ryan? How would you describe it?
Oh, we had a talk the other day. It's great.
It's great.
Hold on,
Oscar. The relationship with Ryan is great. It's great, bro. It's not okay. It's great.
Yo,
that's interesting. Hold on.
Good. We had a discussion the other day, and I know he said a couple of things on your show and this and that, but
at least he's aware that Ryan has spoken on this.
We talked to each other. Everything's great. We're gonna make sure that this event is big. We're gonna make sure that Ryan gets what he deserves, that he's treated the way he deserves. And
did you help him get on the WWE? You're gonna make sure he's treated the right way? I got a feeling Dana's been doing that, not you. Are you sure he's being treated the right way?
And just make sure that he's ready and prepared to go up and take the throne from.
So are you training him? Because I thought Henry was doing that. Is he? Are you helping? Is that what you're doing? You're training him now. You're getting ready for the fight. Man, you're doing a lot.
From Conor Ben. I mean, he has no throne, but I'm saying, make sure that he goes out there 100% and beats Conor Ben.
So that's interesting because when I spoke to him, it was last Tuesday. He said he hadn't spoken to you in quite some time. So I'm gathering you spoke to him after that conversation on this show?
It was after the conversation. Yeah, this show. He called.
Oh, yeah. Ariel's like, that's interesting. He said he ain't been talking to you at all, bro. I thought you had to,
for a meeting, for a sit-down conversation, which I gladly accepted. I mean, he's a golden boy fighter. And so, we just work things out once again. We work things out and, hey, let's be clear here. Let's make sure we don't talk shit to each other. Let's make sure that we make the biggest events happen. And I was all for that, obviously. I mean, I'm a promoter. I want to make sure this big fight is the biggest it can be. And I want to make sure that that Ryan Garcia is clear-headed enough to go out there and knock out Conor Ben.
So you're making sure his mental health is on point. He's making sure he's clear-headed. And Ryan wanted to have that conversation with you to make sure that you're aware that let's not talk shit to each other because that's what we do. And that's a great relationship. Angelo, I call you up and I go, yo, bro, hey, bro, I ain't talked to you in like 9 months, bro. And I know because I got a contract with you, can we just make sure we don't talk shit to each other? So you go around telling everybody that we got this great, that's a great relationship?
Yes, sir. No, it's not. Hell no.
That's crazy.
He called for the chat with you. He wanted it. He initiated it.
Yes.
That's good to hear. That's
great to hear because you didn't do it, right? Because you're always on your job.
It's good to hear. It's great. I love it. That's the way it should be. Like, look.
Oh, really? The fighter should be calling the manager? That's the way it should be? Not the manager calling the fighter and being like, hey, what's going on? What we doing? How we doing this? Not the manager calling him up like, yo, I got an idea. Let's get you on the WWE. I'm ready to get you on a talk show. I got a plug for you. What do you do? He's calling you. He's calling you, letting you know what you need to do. What does he need that for?
Look, let's make sure that we're all aligned and make sure that we can just put on the biggest event possible.
One thing that he did say in our chat was that he felt like you were putting the fight down, that you were demoting it, that you were essentially trying to get people not to watch.
Yeah. So far, then Ariel's just trying to be real with him, right? It's funny because you're saying that, but he's saying this. You're saying that. Everything you're saying is funny because he's been saying this. We just had him here a week ago. It's hilarious that you're saying that because he's saying this, right? You're saying that, but he's saying this.
And then I saw in the comments on the post that we had on Instagram that you said, no, I just feel like the Haney fight is better. And so can you tell us, what is your sentiment towards this fight?
Well, towards this fight, it's going to be massive. Obviously, I would say about 20,000 Brits will probably come over to the U.S., to Las Vegas on fight week. Reminds me of when I promoted Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton back in the day. We had about 60,000 Brits who flew over to participate in the activities, and it was such a special event. So I kind of have that feeling now. I think about 20,000 Brits will come over and want to support their very own.
What a filibuster. That man asked you a question. Are you going to answer this question or not? Like, are you going to answer this question or not? He is, but of course he's going to, yeah.
And Conor Ben, it's going to be a massive event. But look, I feel that this event is going to be a special one. The fact that Ryan Garcia, we've positioned him to take over the September date, which is very important in boxing.
You've positioned him. So you put the fight on for September 12th. Was that Oscar's idea? Is that what you guys heard? Was Oscar the one? Did they position? Help me out.
Yeah. No, Oscar was the one. Oscar was the one after Ryan Garcia went to the Tonight Show. Oscar was the one that publicly said, "Nah, it ain't happening. They still gotta talk to us. Don't believe what you hear." Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
right?
this is crazy. Yeah, he tripping,
right?
bro.
You positioned him. Wasn't it Ryan that came out on the talk show and announced the fight on September 12th?
Right.
Wasn't it?
Right.
You didn't know what was going on. Remember, Oscar, they slipped one past you. Remember?
Right.
About 10 minutes ago, they slipped one past you, bro. So you put together September 12th. Good job, Oscar.
And I'm very glad that Ryan Garcia now has the throne.
Okay, but this is a bit of a departure from your initial sentiment, which was...
Talk to him, Mario, because we lost, because you went somewhere else with this. I asked you a question about why you're tearing this fight down, and you just... Let's get back to the...
He talked about Ricky Hatton versus Floyd Mayweather.
Well, I don't know where the hell you went. Where the hell did you go with that answer? But let's get back to it. Ariel's going to hold him. Hey, man, like I said.
The Haney fight is bigger and more interesting.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh,
and everybody will agree with me. The Haney fight obviously is much bigger. There's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of animosity. Imagine with the father and Devin Haney, and I mean, it would be massive.
All right, hold on a second here. Do you guys
wait a minute? Wasn't he getting in the way of the Haney fight? Just like
100%. Don't you guys remember?
Yeah,
you remember?
Didn't he actually say no?
I believe, if I quote him correctly, and I think I have it right here. Hold on, I just want to quote him correctly here. I believe what he said exactly was, hold on here. Maybe I'm crazy here. Ryan Garcia, Cap, not okay. Okay, so Dan Canobio interviewed him and said Ryan Garcia will fight Devin Haney again. Oscar replied, Cap, not under my watch. He destroyed him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. Was okay.
It would literally be bigger than this. I would assume people would agree with me, but will it be a better fight? I don't know. Conor Ben is an amazing fighter. He's an action-packed fighter. So my sentiment towards it in the beginning was, yeah, the Haney fight will be bigger.
Did you guys try to make the Haney fight before this one?
I've always wanted the Haney fight because
He always wanted the Haney fight?
No, he didn't. Wow. Thank you. Hey, speak on it, Clay. Speak on it. Go ahead. We just talking about this.
But once again, Ariel Helwani's asking him a direct question. Did you ever try to make the fight happen?
No, that's the better fight. I know that's the fight where you'll see more drama, more action. I mean, imagine the intensity when that first bell rings. I know that firsthand as a fighter. That's all I said.
Okay. And so can you clear this up for us? Because he spoke on it, but I want your side as well. My understanding is before that Times Square card, Ryan signed a 2-fight deal with the Saudis. And so this is fight 2 of that deal. And that is why he's allowed to do it outside of the Golden Boys umbrella, so to speak. Like, this doesn't count as a Golden Boy fight. And that's why you're not on the dais. That's what I was told. I want to get your side of that. Some clarity from you.
No,
Is that
we're
accurate?
part of everything. We are part. We're carved out and carved. We're part of everything. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
Look. There's no way a network is going to pay the monies that Ryan Garcia is asking for. There's no way. So Turkey came in and bought the event. That's the bottom line. But we are part of it.
So I just want to be clear here, right? Yeah, he's talking about the rematch, right? HLD, 100%. So I just want to be clear here. What we're getting here is that Ariel Helwani's making it clear to him that my sources have told me stuff. My understanding of this is something else, right? I just want to be clear, right? This is not me, Angelo, and Ray Davis asking Oscar De La Hoya a question from the outside looking in, right? You know, if we ask, hey, we were hearing rumors. No, Ariel's like, yo, from what I've been told, this was already locked in. There was nothing you could do about it. But Oscar clears it up for him and lets him know that Golden Boy's involved in every aspect of this. But he also made it very clear that he can't afford to pay Ryan Garcia to fight.
Right.
And the network that gives him the money to pay for fights, because Oscar don't pay for fights. Oscar uses other people's money. He robs Peter to pay Paul. That's what he does. He made it clear that they're not willing to pay. I just want that to be clear and let that settle in with everybody in the room here as we're breaking this down to let you know that Oscar's situation can't satiate Ryan Garcia. He can't afford to keep Ryan Garcia. He can't afford to feed Ryan Garcia his fighter. He has to go to another avenue. They can't compete with what Ryan Garcia pulls in. I just want to be clear that there's absolutely no reason for Ryan Garcia to stay over there.
Should there be a Golden Boy logo on the poster and all that stuff? And will there be? Because we have seen variations of it that doesn't include the Golden Boy logo.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Okay, and that will...
Acknowledging once again, your name ain't nowhere near this shit. Should there be, though? Because it's not. It's rolled out. The promotion is rolled out. The first press conference has been put. A date's been locked in. The poster's been put out. The venue's been locked in, and we still have not seen your logo on there. So I'm not asking what I'm asking is, how do you feel about the fact that it's not on there? Because I'm telling you it's not. We've been looking. You ain't on there. Yeah, of course you're going to be on there. Maybe tomorrow you'll be on there, but yesterday you wasn't.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, it'll be on there, but yesterday you wasn't on there.
Be the case come fight week.
Absolutely. 1,000,000%.
How many fights left does he have with you? He said one more after this. Is that accurate based on your understanding of the contract?
Yeah, based on my understanding of the contract, that's what the contract reads. And but we'll see.
Yeah, that guy had one more fight for like 3 years.
Do you know what's on the contract or not? Dude, I thought you were the one putting the deals together. Did was it Eric Gomez? I'm sorry, what's his name again? Is it Eric?
Eric Gomez.
Eric Gomez.
Eric Gomez is the Oscar
president. Yeah, he's the president.
An Eric Gomez interview would actually be a lot.
Yeah, he's the president of Golden Boy. He should be answering these questions. Yes.
That's why I'm going with it, right? I appreciate it. And that's why I got the best motherfucking co-hosts in the game. My team is the best team in the game, bro. Right. Oscar don't do nothing. This goes back to my conversation that I caught a migraine over the other night when I was trying to explain to y'all that man ain't nothing but a mascot. Literally using his likeness. He's not involved with the business. So to his understanding, but you know, like you said, Angelo, I much would have rather had Eric Gomez up here. I think we'd have got a lot better event. I got a feeling Eric Gomez was over at the presser too. So,
no. Eric Gomez doesn't really like to do this type of stuff, though. Man.
Right.
He's not, it's
Eric
like,
Gomez,
especially now, they're already getting the money. They're already getting their cut. So why does Eric Gomez need to do anything? He's like,
right.
Cool. I'm working on the other shit. I got to work on Caden Griffiths and
what do you think the likeliness of Eric? Do you think Eric Gomez was at that press conference?
At Fanatics, I don't know. Because they do a lot of shows in Mexico too with Pepe. So I don't know. Eric could have been at a show somewhere because Eric does a lot.
Well, all right, let me ask you this: do you think Eric Gomez knew about the press conference?
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure Eric knew about the press conference.
Do you think if Eric Gomez was up here being interviewed here, that he would say that they let one slip by me?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be the line of questioning.
No.
Eric doesn't talk like this though. Like this, because like everybody just kind of knows. Just don't take Oscar that seriously.
100%, he's a joke.
You know.
So if Oscar is being truthful and he did not know what was going on, is it fair to say that Eric Gomez ain't even speaking to him like that?
Probably.
No, him and Eric, they're best friends, man.
I think they're cool, but I'm saying if isn't that what he's Oscar knew about that press conference. He's lying.
I think Oscar is just trolling. Like, I think even this interview, Oscar's just trolling.
He's not trolling. Right? He's a liar. He's been lying for the last 17 years, bro.
Yeah, he's lying. What I'm saying is, without a doubt, Eric Gomez told him. Without a doubt, he knew that the promotion was there. We already spoke about it here and said that we knew the promotion was going. There's no way that he did not know the promotion was going. But Ray Davis hit my point. The man is a liar, bro. He's not trolling. He's lying. He's selling false truths. He's trying to get you to believe that. Ariel's having a serious conversation with him, and he's trying to have a serious conversation with Ariel. He's just lying. You know what I'm saying? He's not trolling. He's just lying. I
mean, it's entertaining if you want to be entertaining.
He's not entertaining anybody. It's entertaining for us to watch him lie. I get what you're saying, Angelo, right? Like, we're entertained, but he's not entertaining us. He's lying to us. Yeah. I just want to be clear, right? Like, he's not.
Hey, look, all I know is what Dana said when they asked Dana, is he going to be on there at some point? Dana goes, I mean, yeah, I would think he would be. You know, like. So I don't know, man. I mean, Dana's not paying attention to who's coming and who's not coming. In this sense, you know.
Dana knows.
Okay, meaning
you know how things change every single day.
It feels like there's been one more for like 5 years between you and him.
We've positioned Ryan Garcia over the years as his promoter to be where he's at. You know, with his hard work, his skill, he gets there, he gets the job done. But
what do?
We've always had this rocky relationship, just like a family. You have fights. Your family one day, you have fights the other day. We're just like a big old dysfunctional family, but I'm okay with it as long as we get the job done.
And so, do you feel my
can
feeling,
you pause that
Oscar?
for a second, Clay?
I'm with you, Angelo.
Just so everybody knows, for future fighters who want to sign with Golden Boy, Oscar just told you that he's totally okay with you guys having a dysfunctional family relationship. Just so that you know.
That's just crazy. You know. And not to mention that we still think Ryan Garcia is his illegitimate child. But it's okay. Let's keep it moving.
Is that there's a flirtation with Zuffa, that he would be a perfect guy for them to sign. Do you feel like they're coming after him?
Well, they're coming after everybody.
At least you know.
These guys are actually, like I said, they're the Trojan horse.
Yes.
And on my
interesting, by the way, I wanted to speak on this, right? I love the Trojan horse.
I like that.
I don't know if he understands the story, but all right, go ahead, Clint.
He's right.
Who opened the gate and let the Trojan horse in, though?
Boxing, right?
Right? No. I mean, Oscar did. Who sold Ring Magazine? Who sold Ring Magazine and gave them the ring belt? Who opened the door and let the Trojan horse in the building? I love it. I'm okay with it. Fine, Trojan horse. Yeah. Who did that, though?
That's another way of taking it, but cool.
Sold? I'm saying the most prized possession of boxing is probably, and I'm talking about boxing, right?
Yeah, Ring Magazine.
It's probably the Ring Magazine belt, right? Not the WBC belt, not these other belts. Those belts are the prize of the sanctioning bodies. That's their biggest prize that they bring and they offer you at a price to use. You get to lease. Don't get it twisted, guys. They're leasing belts. That's what the fighters and the champions, they're leasing belts. They don't even own belts. They lease belts. Ask Shakur Stevenson how he feels about what I said, if you think I'm exaggerating. You know what I'm saying? Ask Shakur Stevenson how he feels about what I'm saying, or Terrence Bud Crawford.
Right?
So they're leasing belts, but Ring Magazine the Ring Magazine belt is actually a belt that belongs to boxing.
Right.
That's why Max Kellerman, since day one, since back in the day, before he came back, has always gotten away from the sanctioning body belts and back there, because that's boxing's belt. That's the belt for boxing. He sold it so he can buy his
abs
vacation home that he's in right now. That's not his regular house he's in right there. That's That's another crib. You know what I mean? That's a perk. He's worked so hard for that. You know what I'm saying? So he's worked so hard for that.
Clapback, and just watch out. Just trust me, watch out, because they are the Trojan horse, and the
man. Sounds like you got some hand. What? I wish you would expand on that. Why should they trust you? Because you know better than anybody else, right? Because you drank the Kool-Aid. And you got now, you know what I'm saying? And now you feeling it. Your butt hurt. Okay.
rest is history from there. But I really do feel that Zuffa, what they're doing is they're wishy-washy, going back and forth. Oh, we're going to work with the organizations. Oh, we're not. We're going to work with other promoters. Oh, we're not. Make up your mind.
Is he promoting the fight here? Is that what he's doing?
He's shitting Zuffa's pockets.
Has he promoted the fight yet? We're about what?
He kind of did about the event when I'm trying to give him credit. He was like, it's going to be 20,000 Brits coming, and he kind of did a little.
Okay.
You see it.
I don't know what you're doing. I mean, you put on an event yesterday, which I saw on Paramount. Which, by the way, Paramount has to be really angry at what.
What's he angry about, Oscar? I want to know.
Why is Paramount angry when they making capital like bang bucks?
Exactly what is Paramount angry about? Angry about the fact that they're about to sign another extension with Zuffa?
Yo, crazy. This guy.
Go ahead.
Yo. Oh my God! Maybe he should go sign Golden Boy over to Paramount when he couldn't get out of that DAZN deal. He should went over there. Maybe it would have worked out better.
They're doing on their ratings, because the shows they're putting on, like Berlanga with this journeyman, who, by the way, was a great fighter 8 years ago, and so it's like I don't know what I'm watching. They're promising one thing, and I'm watching another. So. Just make up your mind what you're doing.
Yeah, in the promotion for this particular fight with Ryan, it says for the World Welterweight Championship, no mention of WBC. So what do you think? Do you think they want to work with these guys, not want to work with them? Jaya Pataya's upset?
Obviously Zuffa has their plans, and like I said, they're the Trojan horse. They have their plans, and they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They're undecided until they get their way. Are they going to work with the WBC? I don't know, but Ryan Garcia is the WBC World Champion. That's the belt that matters. That's the belt that counts. And they're saying,
"Yeah, I'm gonna stop covering this at this point." I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna stop covering this point, but because I can break down that whole entire interview. Oscar De La Hoya did nothing but lie, manipulate, give false narratives. And I'm talking about factually. Everything that he said can be proven, can be pushed back on. Even his stance on the WBC being the belt. When he sat there on Shannon Sharp and did that interview and literally said that belt was a flea market belt. Literally said he can go to the flea market and buy any one of those belts, and the only belt that mattered was the Ring Magazine belt. Literally, he said that. Literally, he said that. And can I pull it up? Of course, you guys know I can pull it up. Am I going to? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, right? Because I don't want to make it sound like anything else more than what it is, because I got nothing personal against Oscar De La Hoya. But for somebody to sit here and paint this picture like the worst thing that could ever happen is this Zuffa entrance into the game. Meanwhile, you got a slave contract from Ryan Garcia that you've held him against his will forever. You just put the Schofields in a slave contract. They're realizing it slowly but for surely that what they did for $5 million. Trust you me when I tell you that Senior is looking, I don't care. I know Senior's going, all right, we did not need to sign for no damn 5-year, $5 million deal. Not at all. Not at all, bro. That's a slave contract. Talk to Tony Hirsch. Tony Hirsch is getting ready. He's on his last fight on his contract. On his last fight. And by the way, he's going to sign back. He's going to sign back with Zuffa. So, yeah, man, that story is hilarious that he pushes. He pushes this whole entire narrative. It is what it is. Let me open up the Oh,
that was it? That's all? That's the
I'm not going to go any further because the time is getting
that
ready.
was the full slate of everything?
Oh, yeah, man. We talked about Muratalla. I mean, we talked about Keyshawn. We talked about Zepeda. We talked about the deal. We talked about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All
right. Cool. All right.
Yeah. It ain't been the last 3 hours HLD. It's only been like the last 45 minutes. Stop it, bro. We had a whole 2 hours. We talked about.
You showed up late, bro.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You don't got the same.
Yeah, man. Don't blame it on the subway train, bro.
Yeah.
But listen. I also told you guys on Tuesday this was happening.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tuesday,
you don't gotta like it. You don't gotta like it. You just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It is what it is, right? But once again, you know, the other day I damn near caught a migraine. You know what I'm saying, a couple of days ago, trying to, you know what I mean, and just being honest about how I see Oscar De La Hoya, and I just don't seem that way. And I appreciate the fighter. Oscar De La Hoya. I appreciate
Oscar
him.
De La Hoya was a badass, bro. As a fighter,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god,
100%. Like there's no.
Yeah,
I love that Oscar. I was a Oscar De La Hoya fan. He was the fighter's fighter when he fought Manny Pacquiao, when he fought Floyd Mayweather. You know, the reason I bring up those fights specifically is because he cut weight and rehydration clauses, and he whatever it took to make the big fights, he made it happen. But this promoter shit. This promoter version of him, by the way, where is Bernard Hopkins? I want Bernard Hopkins to get on Ariel Helwani, just speak. Where have you been? What's going on, bro? Where have you been? What is going on? Shout out to my guy, H-Town in the building. H-Town, what's good with you, man?
And what up, Clay? Hey, what up, guys?
What's up,
The new H-Town, baby.
Hey, are you going to be here for the Ryan Garcia fight? I would think you're one of the people that bought the tickets already, right?
Nah, man. I got responsibilities, man. Unfortunately, you know, or fortunately, really, fortunately, I love my responsibilities.
All right,
but
cool.
But
that's
man,
exactly what's going to happen, HLD. Just so that you know, I'm letting you know.
Yeah, Oscar and Ryan have been a love-hate relationship drama for the last 7-8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's changed.
Since
definitely that. It's almost been a decade.
Since he came back from his mental health, right?
Nah, actually, before that, since the Campbell fight.
You Campbell fight? No,
since the Campbell fight, basically, you know. I mean,
time frame, if I'm not mistaken.
I agree with you, H-Town, because I think it was also happening when Ryan had his television series.
Yeah, remember the Duarte fight? Oh, they want me to lose. They want me to lose. I mean, there's nothing new with Ryan and Oscar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he resigns with Oscar, because Oscar's the only one that really understands his stupidity at times, Ryan's, because Oscar's just as stupid, you know? So they get one another, you know, and as far as B-Hop goes, come on, man. If B-Hop was around, Boots would have been a golden boy fighter. You know, B-Hops don't do nothing, man. He's just there collecting a check, man. The reason of lack of Black American fighters with golden boy is on B-Hop. He should be doing his job, recruiting the guys from Philly and the guys, you know, the slick fighters that he knows about. But now he don't do his job. He's never done his job. He gets a check. He's happy with the check. Oscar's not complaining. It is what it is. It's part of dysfunctional family at Golden Boy. You know, what else do you expect?
I thought B-Hop left Golden Boy.
No, I don't think he left.
No, he's been there. I mean, I haven't seen no official announcement. That's how I never saw an official announcement of this $150 million Haney zone deal. But hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, Bill don't.
For me, this is my whole point, right? Why should a Ryan Garcia? Why should a Canelo Alvarez? Why should a star? Why should a Virgil Ortiz? Why should somebody who's crossing over into being a big star stay with Oscar De La Hoya? And the reason that's an important question is because that's what it comes down to, and why a DAZN is signing fighters right now, right? That's why DAZN is giving out these deals, because there's no incentive for these guys. These promoters can't keep their biggest fighters. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. He keeps his fighters. I mean, even though he lost Conor Ben, right? And, you know, he lost Johnny Fisher as well. But at the end of the day, he is an asset. When you see him jump into the ring, hugging his fighters, promoting them, when you see him on the stage without no letters, without no paper in front of him going, you know, we're here. No, he's passionate. So at least a fighter like Jerron Boots Ennis, a big star in the making, can be like, I want to stay next to Eddie Hearn, because this is what he brings to the table. Even Shakur Stevenson says, man, yo, listen, bro, I got nothing to say. I love working with Eddie Hearn. I love working with the Zone. I love working with Matchroom. He even said it, you heard in his voice a little bit, that when he said that he had that offer come to him, he said it came after.
Yeah, I mean, but Clay, but like someone like Virgil needs Oscar still, because Virgil don't know what's going on in his own business. His father that's drunk, fist fighting people shirtless in lobbies, handles all that for him. You know, people like Ryan and Canelo, you know, they're about their business. They got other sources of revenue in their life other than boxing. But somebody like Virgil still needs a promoter like Oscar, you know?
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm saying when they get to that point, how does Oscar what does he bring to the table for somebody?
But no promoter does, because that's what Mayweather and Oscar changed together. That once the fighter becomes the official man, he starts his own promotion. That's why you got all these. So
who's done that?
Those are anomalies, though. Those are
anomalies. I mean, we got DHS. We got a Shakur in his promotional company. We got
bullshit names. They're not real promoters.
No, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what you're not paying attention, my brother. That's what they do. Now they want to deal.
When it comes to Ryan Garcia, he's gotten to the point where pretty much no promoter has anything for him. He's big enough to be able to then now get an exclusive deal with someone. That's what.
Yeah, so are these other guys.
No, it ain't, bro. DHP. What Shakur Promotions gonna do? What money they got? Bro, this bullshit.
They're big enough name in boxing to handle their own business now.
They're LLCs, bro. I mean, learn it. They're not that type of money players. They don't got it like that. Now Canelo's a different.
I mean, okay, well, there's a difference. I think you're saying Ryan brings more money. Yeah, that's true. But these guys still make enough money to hold their own by themselves as well.
Bro, wait, hold on. Before we talk over each other, right? I just want to be clear, right? Canelo Alvarez went somewhere. He just left Oscar, right? He went to the PBC. He went to Turkey. He's got a multiple fight deal with Turkey, right? He went to Eddie Hearn at some point in time when he left Oscar De La Hoya. This is not about Oscar not holding on to his fighters because every fighter goes. No, this is about whether or not he's effectively an asset to these guys outside of his name, right? Because without a doubt, Golden Boy has a name. He has a name that he's earned as a boxer, becoming a Hall of Famer. But just watching this man speak on here right now about Ryan Garcia, unaware of the press conference, unaware of how much money the Gates brought in already, unaware of Ryan Garcia is not communicating with him, just completely on the outside looking in to one of the biggest events his fighter is involved with.
That's different in itself. That's just showing his incompetence, but it has nothing to do with what can he offer to Ryan Garcia, regardless if he did all those things.
But doesn't his competency count?
But even if he did all those things right, Ryan Garcia's gotten to the point he don't need Oscar De La Hoya. He's gonna
but HLD, you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah,
who Ryan Garcia is and what he's built, he's damn near done it by himself. He's done it in spite of Oscar.
It still started just like anyone with a genesis of someone. He got on the back of Oscar De La Hoya, whatever how big or small you think his name is, it's still built on that. And now he's taking it to another level.
Hold on. Everybody cool down for a second because I know Ray wants to say something. Plus, I got somebody in the building. I'm not. Drew, have you been on here before?
Nah, my first time. I'm usually on like the Ring IQ panel.
Oh, no doubt. Salute to you, Drew. No doubt. What's good with you, man? Let me give you a minute to cook, man. Go ahead. How you feeling?
Oh no, I'll let him talk. This Oscar. I'll just say this: Oscar De La Hoya is the same guy that lied about his mom saying win the gold medal for him in that HBO documentary. So if he lies about something like that, bro, like who's gonna take him serious? That Golden Boy perch he's been, the good grace he has as Golden Boy, that died 10 years ago. Everybody laughs at Oscar.
That was a lie. Even how about the welfare dollar that he kept in
his whole Golden Boy narrative is all a lie.
Damn, man, I'm heartbroken. Cocaine's a
hell of a drug, y'all.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Jules by the way in Ring IQ, man. That's one of my favorite shows. Even if I don't pop up on the panel all the time, but I'm always listening. I fuck with Jules a long way, bro. He a real ass motherfucker. I'm all
Clay, what I was trying to say is in the landscape of today's modern boxing, a lot of promoters are starting to become irrelevant because a lot of these networks, or people that got network deals are starting to do deals with individual boxers like the Keyshawns, like the Haneys, that they do self promotion on social media. Shakur, even if they're on here just doing a live and talking trash and saying they're getting robbed, that's still promotion. People are tuning in to listen to them, So I mean, really, promoters don't do much anymore. Now that everybody's with DAZN, basically, they're all on the same network. So I mean, I could get you a fight on DAZN, to get someone signed to your promotion company. It's starting to become irrelevant these days.
I do disagree with you a little bit though, because I do think when we're talking about an Eddie Hearn, it's a whole different conversation than what Oscar does. I just gotta be honest, right? Like, yes, they may be limited to a certain degree, but Eddie makes lemonade, bro. You know what I'm saying? He goes in every way he can think. He manages and promotes his fighters, bro. He's hands-on in a way that I don't know if I've ever seen Oscar De La Hoya bring that type of energy. I mean, and I guess it's just because he's a number one dude, really, with his Clapback Thursdays hating on what Zuffa's trying to do. And I watch what Jalil Hackett just had happen for him this weekend. I watch what, even with Ryan Garcia going on the WWE, in that he's not even a Zuffa fighter yet. Look at the already on making it. How do you stay next to an Oscar De La Hoya?
But how do you compete with that, Clay? I mean, you see, they got the WWE, they got UFC, they got so many. They got the hands of so many major cultural things in America. How do you compete with Zuffa in that sense?
But that's all on the back of great business.
Right.
And that's all started from somewhere. Oscar's been in this business longer than Dana White.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're talking about when Dana says it's a whole fire sale. It's a whole fire sale.
Absolutely. Can I add this, Clay? Like, people don't realize it. Every deal Dana has done for his network partners, they get bigger because everybody makes money.
Right.
Every deal Golden Boy does gets smaller because they're not making their partners money.
Right.
It's just and then H-Town. I mean, you got to give Eddie Hearn some credit. He's a global promoter. He might not.
No, I'm not saying Eddie's not good. I'm just saying that
he can compete.
The promoter this day is becoming irrelevant in boxing.
But you can't say that to Eddie, and you can't say that to Eddie because look at Matchroom as a whole. He took his daddy's inheritance and turned it into $1 billion company. How many kids do that?
Right.
Yeah, there's just a different conversation when it comes to Eddie Hearn and the rest of the space, man. It just really is, man. You gotta give Eddie
building on what you guys are talking about. What is really crazy is that you got a freaking a golden ticket. You got Ryan Garcia, who's a huge social media guy, a huge a star, not only in boxing but just his face alone basically sells. And you're not taking advantage of that as a promoter or a management team to push him out there, to get him different promotional deals, to get him things outside of boxing, to help build not only your brand, but to build his brand, to make it more significant, to bring it back to boxing. And that's really what the issue is. That's why a lot of these guys that promoters that we talk about don't get with boxing.
But Ray, I'm not trying to defend Oscar, but I mean, we have to take time into consideration. In the beginning of this, people viewed a boxer on social media as detrimental to their career. That they're wasting their time. Who's on social media? You're a boxer. You want to be a social media star. You're a diva. Remember how Ryan was ridiculed and made fun of for being on social media? Right. Okay. Like, oh, this guy ain't a fighter. He's a model. He's an IG girl. That's
an old conversation. Right. The conversation has already went forward.
Yeah, but now you have to remember that when you're like, okay, well, oh, he could have done this and that. Yeah, no, but at the time when Ryan was doing that, it was viewed as wrong. But so why would your promoter tell you to keep doing that?
I get, because your promoter is operating in a digital age as an analog entity.
Right.
Exactly. Come on, man.
Now, but you have to understand in the last 3 years.
Listen, H-Town. I live in LA. I live in LA.
Right.
Golden Boy stopped doing their Belasco club shows. Mm-hmm. They're inept. Eric Doman is doing the best of what he got. But what prospect from the 2028 Olympics that's coming up is going to sign with Golden Boy when they hear him saying we're dysfunctional, or they see how TKO moving, or they see how Eddie Hearn's moving? Like, do you really think they have a competent social media team? Like Oscar only talks about his fighters when they have a fight. Eddie Hearn talks about his fighters 24/7, whether they have a fight or not, even though that's not his job.
Right.
No, I agree with you.
Oscar and Golden Boy are gonna be the first entity to collapse when Zuffa's done in 24 months.
Right.
I agree. And hold on, I want to add this real quick because I also want to bring Coach Hackett, but Ray, I got you next, like without doubt.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, his job is to be a forward thinker, and this is where I say where Dana White separates himself from the rest of the space when he talks about vision. That word, you hear a lot of fighters talk like that when they talk about. When you hear about Edgar Berlanga talking, he says, "What I love about Dana is his vision." Hitchens, I love his vision. I believe we got Coach Hackett on here. I'm sure he's said it. I'm not going to quote him because I feel like I've heard him talk about it as well, but he's here that he can speak for himself. The same thing you're going to hear Shakur say, and the same thing you're going to hear Dana say, the lack of. How are you a promoter promoting your fighters and you don't know to be ahead of the game on the social media game? That you're not. Why is Ryan having to do those things on his own and challenge and promote himself and make himself a big entity? And then on the back end of him finally getting himself to that level, instead of profiting and going along with him and being like, you know what, he did this shit, you still cut him down and say, this is a fight nobody doesn't want. You still get in the way. You're still in the way and not part of the train moving forward. And this whole interview he had with Ariel Helwani was just super exposing because Ariel had to confront him on so many, like, where were you here? Why are you not there? How are you not aware of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? And he just filibustered all the way through it.
Clay.
He could have done all of that. He could have done all of that, and still the big fish is gonna swallow this puppy. On top of we're talking about networks. Network deals have always been a part of boxing, but we forget about HBO.
Agreed. Yes, HBO and Showtime.
So what are we talking about? It's just that we got a big fish in the pond, and he's going to swallow everybody, and that's good for
hold on. What we're talking about is good business, and we're talking about building relationships, and we're talking about what is the difference between Ryan Garcia showing up on the WWE platform, Jaleel Hackett showing up on the WWE platform, the networks. Hold on, networks, but the connections are built on the back of good business.
Man, they're the company. That's why.
No, bro.
It still takes good business. It still takes good business to build those relationships and get your guy over there.
Has every
Zuffa fighter gotten FaceTime on Raw? No, it still has to be done with good business.
And not to mention, like, let's just bring it into another zone, right? Look at the music business and how it's streaming. Look how many people have been able to make more money in music than ever before, right? Because they were able to, these record companies and labels, even if they're small, big, they're able to push these guys in different directions.
WWE is not going to sell that,
but they're able to let them sell themselves, and they hold on, HLD. They're able to let them sell themselves and back them up. It's the same thing in boxing. The fighters and the promotional companies that allow the fighters to sell themselves and back them up and put their web pages up and choose to follow them and choose to go and support them, like Eddie Hearn does, as Clay was mentioning. Frank Warren talks about his fighters. We don't see any Al Haymans, right? We see the Leonard Ellaby out there at one point talking about him. Those things were great because they're building their fighters up. They're building their teams and their stables. When you're doing that, you're going to find success. When you're not doing that, as and you're just building yourself up, as we just talked, Floyd Mayweather lost all his fighters. We don't even know what Kamel Martin's ever going to be out of his situation. You have as a prospect, you have Oscar De La Hoya doing the same thing. It's all about him. You just heard Clay talking about he's got a freaking $2 million mansion sitting on Pebble Beach in Florida, right? Whatever, $12 million sitting in Pebble Beach right now in his vacation home while his fighter is fighting on another network. He had no problem going to Japan to go get him and try to sue him if he went and took that fight on, right? But at the same time, instead of letting him promote himself because he was outside of boxing, he went and threatened to sue him and bring him home. That's the things we're talking about. Oscar is not building the business.
Hold on. Everybody,
spray that mic down, boy. That's on fire right there. Love it.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to to the co-host Ray Davis cooking. But I do want to bring in my guy, and I know he's going to shed some light on this for sure. By the way, the beard's looking crazy, Coach.
Let me look. Oh, yo, Clay.
Hey,
Clay.
What is that? He said that juices and berries, coach. What is that? What you got?
Hey, yo.
Is that juices and berries or shit? That ain't nothing but ultra perm. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, coach.
Y'all make it hard to be y'all friends, man. Y'all make it hard to be y'all friends. I always want to make it where if I'm up, if I'm available, I'm always going to support the people who support me. And Clay, you, Reyes, everybody, y'all support me on this channel. So I'm always going to be available. And if I have time and I'm able to, I'm going to step in. And even if it's just to say, hey, I'm loving the show. But for me, I've been in a lot of situations with my son dealing with different promoters at different times. And I can honestly say that the best two situations that we were in when it came to the business and how everything was mapped out was with Matchroom and with our current promoter, Zuffa. Eddie Hearns, hey, what can I say? He runs a first-class organization. I can't say anything other than he runs a first-class organization. What I feel about something he may have said personally does not outdo what he's done as a professional organization. It doesn't outdo what he said he would do. What he said he would do, he did when it came to my son. Their team was impeccable. I have to say that. When it comes to Zuffa, their team is something that boxing has never seen. And the reason I say that is because the way they operate is less like a promotion company and more like a first-rate professional team. When you talk about the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, they run at that level. I think everything is structured out. Everything has somebody doing a certain job, much the same way as Matchroom. I can't say different with them. I think with the other promoters, it's a hodgepodge of whoever you want to do anything, they can do it. I don't know what really is going on, but something's going on. And that doesn't work nowadays because much the same as the music industry, it lost its luster when the internet caught up with the rest of the world. If we go back to when Napster and all of the record companies wanted to sue them, they wanted to shut them down. Nowadays, we're living in a whole world of Napster. It's all over the place. And when fighters see the opportunities, not just from the boxing avenue, but from other avenues appear, they're thinking beyond just their time as a fighter. So if you're looking to get in, you may have, I'm sure, not you may, you're going to have boxers that will matriculate over to wrestling. My son is a big wrestling fan. Him and my grandson, they love it. It's WWE. You may have boxers that are into the health and fitness, and Zuffa has a PI system. So just having young athletes being smarter than they made, the years of the dumb boxer is over. These guys are thinking about their future career, and Zuffa and places like Matchroom, they have a direction for a future career. Whereas if you're with just using Golden Boy as a ticket, what do you see any of their guys that stay with them for their career? What do you see them do after the career? It's like the world of pit bull fighting. Once I'm finished with you, I just cast you off to the side. And athletes are becoming so much more smarter that they're looking at the entire opportunity and not just the one piece of the opportunity. You know, like I can tell a lot of people, don't just look at your check that you get from a company. Look at the entire compensation package, because that's where the value is. Not in the weekly check, but in the health insurance, the vacation, the sick leave, all the perks. And that's what Zuffa does. They offer perks. So that's my feeling on it.
No doubt, coach. And I got to mute you, coach. Okay, good, thanks. And that's the whole thing about it, right? It's about the evolution of marketing, the evolution of promotion, the evolution of a sport. When we're talking about boxing, we're talking about a sport that just didn't evolve, right? Like it was always like, and I love when Dana said it. It was like a big fire sale. Nothing. What you guys never invested back into the sport to expand on the sport, to grow. You burned bridges. With networks. You burned out. You used network deals like I'm going to take everything I can. And then the network got out of it. Then you went to another. Now you have a reputation about yourself to where you can't even get a network to really jump into bed with you. Now the Zone, the platform that you discredited when they came out, you said that they weren't going to last. Now all you guys are there. You're not there because the Zone has been doing such a great job. You're there because there's nowhere else to go, because nobody else ain't dealing with you guys. Nobody else ain't giving you no money. There's no network money. So when we're talking about a Ryan Garcia who's ending up on a WWE platform, yes, I understand when H-Town says that's because of the relationships they have. But I emphasize the relationships are built on the back of great business. They've done great business with TKO. They've done great business with all these other with the Paramount sees the great business that they've done, and so they jumped into bed with them and we gave them $500 million to go ahead and move boxing for 5 years to see what they're going to do with it. They've given them $7.7 billion to go ahead and continue to do what they're doing with the UFC, in spite of fans who want to sell you this idea that the UFC is not a successful business model. But okay, however you may want to feel about it, a big business with a lot of money doesn't agree with you. But I'll tell you this as well. Paramount, who bought Showtime, got out of boxing. They didn't see the success in the business. They came back to boxing on the back of Dana White and Nick Khan and a successful business model that's done nothing but exponentially grow every single 3 to 5 years, grow until billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. So we can't play the game. We cannot play the game of sitting here over celebrating the people who boxing died under their watch. You know, if I come over and I drop my kid off to your crib, bro, I might like you. You might be a cool person. But if my kid gets a third-degree burn on their arm, hey, bro, that's a problem for me, bro.
Yeah,
that's
right.
a problem, bro.
And
I'm not trying to hear, oh, things happen. Babysitter, something happened. We can't. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. I'm not bringing my kid back over here, bro. And we might have probably gonna catch his fade. Probably gonna burn this bitch down, bro, unless you give me some real good explanation, which is gonna be very difficult for you to do. I don't care how nice you are and what you've done in a past life. My kid got hurt under your watch, and boxing fell apart underneath the watch of an Al Heyman, underneath the watch of a Oscar De La Hoya, underneath the watch of a Bob Arum even. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do well. It fell off. It fell off, and it took a money from Saudi Arabia to come in and infuse resources into the space to bring it back, to get a Netflix back interested in boxing, to get a TNT back interested in boxing, to get a Paramount back interested in boxing. That's the truth. Fuck all your feelings, because if we sit here and just turn away from the opportunities that I just saw Jalil have this weekend, the opportunity that I just saw Edgar Berlanga have, I don't care if you think he's a great fighter, I don't give a shit. If you think Hitchens is boring, I don't give a damn. That's not my problem. The reality is that building was packed out and they were screaming, they were cheering him on. And I heard Edgar Berlanga excited, talking about he want to be a WWE star. He want to do music. He want to do all these different things that he believes that Zuffa is going to facilitate a space for him to do it in. Mm-hmm. Where were the guys who had him before? Why didn't you guys give those opportunities? Why didn't Hitchens get an opportunity to show out in New York the way he did on his first fight against a Ricardo Salas? Why didn't you think about that? You didn't think about putting him in a position to do that? No offense to you, but I'm not finna turn away from what I'm, as a boxing fan, benefiting from just so you could keep 100% control of zero. No, I will deal with 10% of $1 billion and be rich rather than have 100% of zero and have nothing. I'm sorry, bro. Ownership of what?
Call it irony, Clay. Call it irony. Call it poetic justice. But I put more of the blame on Floyd and Oscar. Yep. They could have taken the level to a next level, but they're so bitter and narcissist that they didn't want none of their fighters to be bigger than them and have a bigger legacy. They didn't want to be responsible for making somebody bigger than their legacy in boxing.
Right.
And they fucking never promoted their guy more than, because if it could eclipse their individual career, they fucking stopped it.
Yep.
Yeah, they were colonized, bro. They were colonized. They came into the game supposedly trying to fight against all the things that happened to them, right? Like they were like, yo, I want to make boxing better because I understand. But what they came in and they did what they were taught to do, which was take money and not grow anything. They didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? They just came in and they followed the blueprint. Shout out to Al Heyman, who tried to switch it up a little bit and he tried to give the fighters the money. He addressed that. He came in, he said, I'm going to get the fighters paid. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I got to hold you accountable and say that you didn't invest enough into the space. You didn't think about the big picture. You burnt the bridges with the networks. You didn't build up those relationships. Think about what Dana was thinking about, which is building something so that eventually I could have Ryan Garcia on the WWE platform with a whole crowd bugging off of him. All off beat dancing, hitting somebody with a guitar and wilding out and the whole crowd going on. You know what I'm saying? He had a vision, though. There's a vision that's needed, and boxing has been missing it. And one of the biggest things that I appreciate about what Dana White brings to the table is that vision. Whether he achieves it or he doesn't achieve it, you know what I mean? I don't care because I see people trying to predict it to fall apart in 18 to 24 months. And shout out to my guy Chico 84 510 who with the super chat says, Clay, where is Zuffa in 18 months from today? I think no matter how you look at it, Zuffa is bigger in 18 months than they are today. How big will they be? I don't know. I promise. I believe. I bet on the fact that it will be bigger, exponentially bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Wait, I'm about to bounce. I gotta bounce out, get the young bull, bro. Oh, I gotta get the young bull, so I'm gonna catch you later.
We're about to close it up too. I'm gonna actually let Coach Hackett close it out and do his thing. And then
all right, salute, fellas. Great talks today.
Peace.
Hey Clay, I'm gonna say this. I've been dealing with boxing, loving boxing since I was a little kid. I think what happened in boxing that the blue bloods, if you want to call them that, taking a basketball phrase, they got comfortable with people accepting what they put out. And when you get comfortable doing something, you have a fictional number in your head that if I see that every year, then I'm good. And then when other guys, the new guys came in, they indoctrinated them. Like you said, the Mayweathers when he went to the promoter, the Golden Boy when he went to the promoter, the Bernard Hopkins when he went to the promoter, got indoctrinated into find your sweet number and keep it. The difference to me is when Zuffa came into the game, Dana White, before UFC took off, UFC had a lot of roadblocks. If y'all remember the days of the high school gyms and, those shows, by him building something, I think it gave him a new visionary platform to think about. When you look at boxing, why is it that it took Dana White to come into boxing? Why did it take for Dana White to come into boxing for a promoter to have his own building? Top Rank should have had a building. Golden Boy should have had a building. Mayweather, they're going to the casino, take their money and do a show. But why didn't they have their own building to do continuous shows and build young fighters from the bottom? Because once again, they learned about the sweet number per year. So when you bring somebody like a Dana White, or you bring Eddie Hearns that came in with some of his own ideas, because really this is a two-horse fight. It's Dana White and it's Eddie Hearns. The rest of them are playing for a second place. But when you look at it, the most innovative thing that's coming along is the thing that makes the biggest change. Like you said, I'm smart and I think about how I feel, and I'll say, oh, this network was dumb for doing this. This network was dumb for doing that. But when you do the math of it, they're billion-dollar corporations, and I'm not a billion-dollar corporation. So who has the more background and sense on the position they're taking? It wasn't by accident that Paramount, who bought Showtime, got into it and who they got into it with, because he had a vision that had long-lasting ability and it wasn't one-dimensional. And I think that's the piece that the old Blue Buds were missing that is coming in there. These fighters are coming with not just more intelligence, they're coming with other avenues. Ryan Garcia has a social media base that's out of this world. Why did it take somebody like Jake Paul to come in and infuse vitamin C into the blood of women's boxing? Right now, if Jake Paul never fights again and he never achieves anything more, he's in the Boxing Hall of Fame just off what he did for women's boxing. and how he's invigorated and put more money in women's pockets than ever before. These are things that traditional guys could have done, but because of greed and getting comfortable, they had no desire to do it.
100%. So let's let me mute that real quick. Yeah, man. Salute, coach, man. I appreciate it, man. Very good panel. I appreciate you guys, man. We've been on a little over 3 hours. You already know, man. I'm the graveyard shift dude, so I always got to make sure I keep that now. Messing with you guys, man, I'll be a zombie. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all you guys. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit the like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel. The conversation is always thought-provoking. I'm sure, you know, the room is split 50-50 as far as the chat is concerned. Some people are going to agree with what we said. Some people are going to disagree with it adamantly, but I just appreciate you being here, disagreeing here and not somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody on the panel, HLD, Drew, H-Town, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my co-host, Ray Davis, Angel Reyes, you know what I'm saying? And definitely shout out to Coach Bernard Hackett, man, who's, you know, I really appreciate when you come up here because you always give so much great insight. And we disagreed on stuff and agreed on things, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that we always doing that, you know what I'm saying? It's always appreciated, man. I truly appreciate you guys helping to build this platform to get us where we're going and where we're at right now. It is what it is. We got a great fight happening this weekend, man. Lamont Roach versus William Zepeda. We got Raymond Muratalla. We've got we've got Charles Conwell making a return back into space. I'm very excited to see him do his thing. And I think we got some UK cards as well. I think we got a UK card popping up this weekend as well. Is Mark Chamberlain fighting this weekend? He is, right? Yeah, we're probably gonna have a crazy day on Saturday. I'm gonna try to call that UK card.
To do the whole day?
I'm gonna try. I don't know because I might have something to do Saturday mornings, depending what time I get back. But you know, Mark Chamberlain is one of my favorite UK fighters. He's dead ass one of my favorite UK fighters. So I'm definitely gonna add a minimum catch up.
Card's a good card.
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
Clay, and before we get out of here, I'd like to just add real quick to Coach Hackett. I agree with him. A lot of the traditionalists have been holding boxing back, and especially in the growing. And till after the vid, you know, those 2 years that we had the vid, that people started realizing that promoting yourself on the internet as a boxer, I'm talking about boxing, is good. And it'll keep the sport alive, it'll grow it. And that's when the real talk from the hardcores are happening on the internet, on these podcasts, you know, on all these shows. So, I mean, you know, boxing's trying to catch up. The promoters are trying to catch up. And right now, Dana White's got a lead because he got a hint from Vince McMahon to attach yourself to a bigger entity, to make your entity grow. Because before that, Dana was against the WWE and being compared to them. Now he embraces it. He knows it makes my name bigger, and we're in a different, hemisphere of money now. And that's what boxing needs to do: attach themselves to something bigger, grow again, become the #1 sport in America again. And that's the only way it's going to happen now. Yeah. Well, I'm out, guys, man. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy the show. H-Town, baby.
No doubt, H-Town. Appreciate you, man.
Clay, we got to get Hector Bermudez on here. We got to talk about this guy fighting on the undercard of Tio and Rolly.
Yeah, actually, I talked to him last night. He was supposed to come up here today. I'm assuming he had something going on, but tomorrow I'm actually trying to do a show with him tomorrow. I'm actually trying to bring him up, you know what I'm saying, to have all those conversations and a bunch of other we had a long talk yesterday. So I was like, when we were talking, I was like, you know what, we should Friday. What's up with Friday? And he's like, yeah, man, we gonna get it done. So hopefully we'll get him up here. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have him up here tomorrow. Today I thought he was gonna pop up for sure though. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Drew, man, it was great having you on the panel, bro. I think I do remember. I remember hearing you be on Ring IQ all the time, right?
Yeah, that's where I frequent. Yeah, no, I'm out here based in LA. I go to the fights often. Just the American scene's not giving me nothing to want to pay for lately, to be honest.
Right.
I seen Drew on Twitter.
Hey, Drew, you haven't come to a Zuffa event yet, Drew, since you're in LA?
No, not yet. I've been spoiled, fellas. After going to a Inoue Fulton and Joshua Usyk won, like nothing in America excites me to go to live. It's just different.
Man, you didn't go to Crawford Canelo, brother? Damn.
I went to Crawford a Porter, but just like the American fight fan, it's just different scenes now. Like Japan kind of jaded me because like you could see the whole fight. Nobody's belligerent. You could actually hear the punches land. And boxing like football is a better sport on TV now for me, honestly.
Yeah, I hear you. Hopefully, hopefully it comes full circle for you. I think I got a feeling you got more hope today than you did last year.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, Drew, just from give the next time Zuffa comes back around to like the Apex, give it a chance, man, because I know you like the Japanese fight. Or
no, I'll go to a fight. Like I'm still debating driving to Vegas for the fight tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool,
so we'll see.
Cool.
There just hasn't been nothing that's wet my whistle. Like Canelo fights, like I went to Canelo Ryder in Guadalajara. That was great. That was a great event.
Right.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. We about to close it out. Hey, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all to everybody who put color in the chat today, man. I appreciate you. Shout out Cheeks. I do see the Cash App, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Cheeks. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support, man. It is what it is, man. This is at Read the Ring, man. You already know what we do it every Tuesday, every Thursday, on Friday, every Saturday. We're calling the fights here. Sunday, the post show. We do it all here, man. I'm trying to get it 5-6 days a week, man. But with y'all support, we'll be there sooner rather than later. Until the next one, guys. At this point, we out.
Gotta aim for the top like hello. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles. So I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy. The riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. Putting on for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babble if they try to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You tryna aim for the top like this and you're in your element with a fire like this. And they hoping you fall and they praying you miss. But it's all in the risk, I got you with the switch, you know. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas, 155 on the road.